What's up, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for hanging out. Happy TGIF to every single one of y'all. And we're here at Talladega, baby, to kick off the weekend. And we had qualifying just a little while ago for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. And Swallowich in that one car, one truck, is going to have a good time. So appreciate everybody here. Lisa says, first time watching with you. All I see is a still screen. Well, we're here now and welcome in. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. Appreciate you being here, Lisa. And what's up, Teresa? What's up, Georgia fan? What is up, Bread Boss? What's going on? Jamie, good to see you. Max Fish, what's up? Kenneth Clark says, hey, CeeLo, how you doing today? I'm doing good. Let's go racing, boys and girls. What's up, Bronny? Good to see you. And Bronny, what do you think about my picks today? Jeff, what's going on? He says, are you seeing the NASCAR handling out the penalties for standing up what's right? It's pathetic. I haven't seen any of that, so you'll have to inform me about that. John was here earlier. He said, let's go Mets. Jake says it's only 3:30 Alabama time with no lights. That's why they're starting us so early. And welcome in, everybody. Appreciate everybody here. What's up, Tom? Live from Talladega, baby. Hope you have a good time. Fast Pasta, 2 races this weekend. One of the Xfinity race and the Cups this weekend. So we'll see how he does. What's up, Rick? Wait, what? We reached 23K and you're wearing a Denny? No, no, no. We. The rule is, if we reach 23K during a racing stream, then I can't wear the Denny hat the next week. But we did not reach 23K during the racing stream. We reached 23K during a baseball stream. So that rule is out the door. So, whoop. Now, if you guys want to get us to 24,000 this weekend, I will gladly not wear the Denny hat next weekend. Well, loophole, that's right. I was like, whoo, got through that one. There's a loophole. Womp womp, that's right. Love NASCAR schedule. V8 Supercars is once a month now. There you go, Max. But welcome in, everybody. Hope everybody's here. Hello, I watched until I have to leave for work. Then I'll start listening again after I get to work. Awesome, Eric. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Richard, what's up? How you doing? Major news with the whole NASCAR thing with the suing of 2311 and all that. But we'll get into that another day. We're here to do some NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series where there's no drama. And let's take a look at the lineup here. William Swallowich. Why is my stage 3 still on? There it is. William Swallowich is going to be on the pole today in that one Toyota. What's up? Thank you so much. Sent you a picture and text. All right, I'll check it out. Lindsay was gifted a gifted membership. There you go, Lindsay. Kevin, Pete, Samson, and the dude. Thank you, Rick, for the 5 gifted memberships. We appreciate you there on that. Thank you so much. And what's up, Lindsay? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And let's see. Let's get through the lineup here. Ben Rhodes is on the outside pole there on that 99 after being kicked out of the playoffs last week. Just almost. He ran out of gas there on that last lap. He could have been in, but he's not. Let's see. Ty Majeski, Grant Enfinger in 4th. Taylor Gray, 5th. 6th, Chase Purdy. 7th, Tyler Ingram. 8th, Matt Mills. 9 is there's Corey Heim. We'll be watching that guy come through the field. Let's see. Jake Garcia in 10th. Nick Sanchez 11th. Connor Zelich in 12th. Raj Karuth in 13th. Dean Thompson 14th. Christian Eckes in 15th. Lawless Allen 16th. Matt Crafton 17th. 18th. Caden Honeycutt 19th. Brett Holmes 20th. Spencer Boyd 21st. Clay Greenfield 22nd. Ryan Reed 23rd. Stephon Parsons at 75. That's one of my favorite paint schemes of the week. 24th, Keith McGee, Corey Roper, number 25, Stuart Friesen, 26, 27th, Jason White, 28th, Danny Bone, 29th, Mason Maggio, 30th, Dawson Sutton, 31st, Norm Benning, 32nd, Bailey Curry, 33rd, Lane Riggs, 34th, Tanner Gray, and then 35th, Daniel Dye, old Danny Dye, who got knocked out of the playoffs as well, is in 35th. And then Johnny Sauter, look at that, in 36th spot. So there it is. Make sure you guys are hitting that subscribe, keeping that like button for us. We'll see if we can get over 100 likes for this truck race. This race is in the middle of the afternoon, so I don't expect a big crowd. It's Dega time. That's right, pop bottles. But hopefully toward the end there, as people start getting home, we'll have a good fun time. So thank you guys for being here. Appreciate everybody. We've had a kind of a disappointing week with the Braves. We had a great streams with the Braves, but we lost in the playoffs, and we are out. And Josh says, being serenaded, you, the house painters, So I figured I'd tune it in for the second to drown it out. Awesome, Josh. Yeah, it's okay, Josh. And Josh, I don't know if you've seen, I do have a new cruise vlog up, so go check that out. And we just released at 2 o'clock Central the new race weekend preview vlog. So make sure you check that out. A paint scheme and race weekend preview vlog. I talk about the NASCAR news that happened with all that stuff happening this week. I talked about the Kansas recap, my picks, all that stuff. So make sure you check that out. I just released that around 2 o'clock. Tim says, "What's up from Paducah, Kentucky?" What's up, Tim? Good to see you as well. Hirsch says, "I actually have 8 tickets to this truck race and can't go." Oh, no. Oh, man, that sucks. But hopefully you can get to another trick. Or maybe, are you going this weekend? Are you going to the Xfinity race or the Cup race? What you doing? Link and Kim, good to see you. Pop Bottle says, "Woohoo, get to hang out with my favorite streamer as well." There you go, Pop Bottles. Your pick failed inspection, so he wasn't able to qualify today. Oh, no. So Lane Riggs, is he not in the, is he, he's in the lineup though, right? Yeah, there he is, 33rd. Okay. I have full faith that Lane Riggs and that Love's truck is coming to the front. I mean, that's all he does. Here for all three. Nice, Tom. I hope you have a good time. Are you in the infield as well? Saturday night, baby. On the infield, you can't beat that. Let me take a look at this pic. Oh, look at you all hanging out at Talladega, baby. Nice. I like it. I like it. Great view, Tom. I like it, man. Yes, he is, but he wasn't able to qualify. Okay, I'm worried about it then. Mark says, "Philly in the house. We'll be going to the Phillies game Saturday and Sunday. Wish us luck against the Mets." Good luck, guys. It's gonna be a great series. Looks like we're gonna be doing the Dodgers Padres game on Saturday night. Looks like the poll favoritism. I let y'all pick what you wanted to do Saturday night. I had either the Vols game or the Dodgers Padres, and the Dodgers Padres won, I think. So that's what we'll be doing. The dude says, "Afternoon, CeeLo. Thanks for the gifted member." Yeah, thanks, our good mod Rick. And what time does this start? It should live will go here in about 5 more minutes. We'll bring you live coverage. So keep hitting that like button. Dodgers and Padres, can they both lose? Exactly, right? But we did make a lot of good Padre fans during these last 2 games for the Braves. So hopefully we'll get those guys to hang out. We're going to do the MLB Game Day 3D on Saturday night. Of course, after all the races are over. And then we'll have some fun too. So, hey, Yosilo, what do you think of 2311 lawsuit? Man, it's a sore subject and a touchy subject. You never really don't want to say anything wrong because, people might retaliate on you. But I have a feeling it's going to hurt Denny in the long run, even though he doesn't drive for 2311 and he doesn't drive for Front Row Motorsports. But in the long end, somewhere, some way, it's going to affect Denny, and he's not going to make the Final Four. I just have a feeling. That's just my opinion. He's never going to win a championship now after suing, and especially if this goes through. He'll never win one. But let's not talk about the lawsuit. I know it's going to be a big, big subject, but check out my vlog on the channel. That tells you a little bit more what's going on, but I stand with Denny. Awesome, Bumblebee. But thank you guys for hanging out with here. You said you were doing Tennessee. I said maybe, and I put it on the poll. And that's what it is. So it's everywhere. I know it is everywhere. It is crazy everywhere. But I mean, that's the red hot thing right now. So I mean, we'll probably talk about it. I mean, it's kind of something you can't really dance around. So you want a permanent charter? I mean, every other team signed it, and it's good for them to fight for it. But eventually, you're losing a battle. Because NASCAR is going to do what they want, and that is it. So it is what it is. But what Miss Spam get you for your birthday? She made me a great little dinner, so I was happy with that. I don't need presents and stuff like that. I'm not like that. I want you to cover the court case on Court TV if it happens. Oh, that would be hilarious, right? We're streaming the court case on Court TV. That'd be funny. I'm good to see a lot of people behind Denny. That's awesome. Good to see you. And then I'm drinking this, y'all. Have y'all tried this? Free sponsor for Coca-Cola here. Oreo Coca-Cola. It's it's 0 sugar, but it tastes different. It tastes like an Oreo. It's weird. But I tried that for the first time today. So but keep on hitting that subscribe, keep on hitting that likes button for us, guys. And we'll see. Hello, friends. What's up, Kenneth Flocks? What's going on, man? I'm at work listening. I can't much of the conversation. Sorry. Let's go, Riggs. Riggs has got a tough battle as Brawny broke the news that he failed to qualify, and he's starting 33rd today. So we'll see what happens. Lane Riggs is my pick, and Jesse Love is or Nick Sanchez is my uh, dark horse. So awesome. Good deal, Bumblebee. Heim time. Get those clocks out, y'all. Heim time. That's right. So we'll be starting here in about 2 more minutes. We'll have the audio of the FS1 broadcast coming in for live coverage of the Love's RV Stop 225 and from Talladega. He didn't fail to qualify, wasn't allowed to make a qualifying lap. Okay, thank you so much. He didn't fail to qualify. He just wasn't allowed to qualify because he failed inspection. Thank you, Brawny, for tightening that up for us. See if we can get to 23,100 today. See if we can get over that. But no cameras, of course, like we do during the Xfinity race or the Cup race. No cams for the truck race. They do not allow that. They don't offer it, and they just don't allow it. So I will be giving you our play-by-play. FS1 will be bringing it in, too. We'll have the live leaderboard right here. And that's it. So hope you guys have fun. We got a couple more races of the trucks, and they're going to crown a champion. But we'll see what happens here after Corey Heim won last week. Poor Majeski running out of gas on the last lap. Crazy stuff. Keith McGee, Lane Riggs, Tanner Gray, and Daniel Dye have to go to the rear of the field. Wow, a whole bunch of them. If you have any near you, you should try Goya Malta. It's honestly delicious, in my opinion. Awesome, Wisecracker. Thank you for saying that. But appreciate everybody being here, and we're about to go live on FS1 right now. Here we go.
Superspeedway in Central Alabama. Today it's the opening race in the round of 8 for the Craftsman Truck Series. Welcome to the Love's RV Stop 225. Qualifying for the tailgaters earlier today. Yesterday William Sawalich celebrated his 18th birthday, so he's eligible to run this place. Today he goes out, puts it on the pole. He starts first. His teammate finished first last week. I'm talking about Corey Heim. He collected his 6th win of the year, started 33rd at Kansas, drove through the field, led 64 laps, and he was able to park it in victory lane. With that, he is the championship leader as we open up the round of 8. Here is the reset. Heim at plus 38, Christian Eckes at plus 29, but go from Ty Majeski in 3rd to Grant Enfinger in 7th. 17 points separate those 5 drivers. And as we know, anything can happen today here at Talladega. Let's go trackside now for pre-race ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise as you are able. Remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Southern Prep Academy Army Junior ROTC Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to offer today's invocation, please welcome from Lawrence County Dream Center, Pastor Mitch Hallmark.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you today for this amazing track and this opportunity to come together. Lord, we pray. We thank you for this beautiful weather, Lord. And Lord, we just ask, Lord, your hand of protection would be upon the drivers and the crew chiefs and the families, Lord, coming and going. And Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be here and witness this wonderful event today, God. And Father, we know your word says that you heal the brokenhearted and that you encourage, God, and you comfort. And God, we just ask on behalf of our brothers and sisters in the Carolinas, Lord, that you would just heal them and let them know that help is on the way. And we ask all this in the strong and powerful name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome the Academy for Classical Education's Senior High Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave
It's a rare Friday afternoon race for the Craftsman Truck Series, but this isn't any race. This is Talladega. Welcome in, everybody, with two drivers that have won here, Michael Waltrip, Phil Parsons. I'm Adam Alexander. So Larry Mack always said about this place, if you're in it, you can win it. Who's on your short list, Phil?
Well, a couple of guys I want to look at are the guys that are above that cut line. They come in here in a pretty good spot. One of those is Ty Majeski. You want to peak at the right time. You want to have momentum when it counts. And, man, did he have that. He won our last two regular season events, and then he finished second in the first race of the round of 10. Remember, last week at Kansas, he was leading, coming down for the white flag, ran out of fuel, ended up losing that race. But he is hot at the right time. He's a guy that knows how to get to the Final Four, and he may do it again. And I also want to take a look at Nick Sanchez. Nick Sanchez narrowly missed making the Final Four, the championship four last year, on a tiebreaker. He was dead tied with Ben Rhodes going into that Final Four. Didn't make it. Started out the year with a great start, obviously winning at Daytona, backed that up with another win at Charlotte. So he is a guy that wants to be in that Final Four, and he certainly has the ability to do that. So those are two of my guys I'm going to keep an eye on.
So Sanchez, as you said, wins the season opener at Daytona. But when you race at a place like Daytona or Talladega, the margin for error is so slim. Isn't that right, Michael?
Yeah, and Adam, when they throw the green flag today, you're going to see decisions made that have to be made perfectly. You're going to block, you're going to move, you're going to give guys bump drafts that will help him, but done incorrectly, it can veer trucks out of the way and into other trucks, causing a big crash. And then when it comes to the end of the race, you better be precise again. Go back last year, Christian Eckes in control of the race, takes the white flag, makes a decision there, move up to block the outside lane. In hindsight, tucking it down on the inside would have made him into the next round of the playoffs. Made that mistake, went from leading the race to 19th at the finish. A mistake that he can't afford to have happen today, and I know he's replayed that mistake over and over in his mind. In fact, earlier today, Regan asked him back. He said, "Shut up, Regan. I don't want to talk about that."
I'm done talking about that.
I'm over that one. Let's talk about today, and he's going to be a strong truck here today.
The best way to put it behind you, go out and win today. 8 drivers still alive for the championship. If one of them
Oh my god, I muted the whole entire time. Oh, that sucks. Noob. Oh my gosh, I said all that and got muted. All right, let's start over again. Here we go. Let's see. Hypa Texas, what's up? Georgia fan, no, I'm just letting y'all listen to some of the announcers there. What's up? Kirk says he forecasts 8 yellow flags and 1 red flag. All right, time to get those thumbs up. Hit that like button for us. We're at 81 likes. We're almost to 100. Thank you, Megadeth, for loving the hat. I don't get to wear the FedEx hat too often, but when I do, I make sure I wear it a lot. I'm off. It's 6 a.m. Aussie, good day. Hope you have a good time today. Welcome in. Happy Saturday morning to you. Something in the water. What's going on? Max Fish with the prayers. Thank you guys so much for everything here. Danny would be proud. I know he would. All right, let me see who you got winning. I have Lane Riggs. I love that Loves. He's back in the Loves paint job. He won 2 times in a row with that paint scheme. I'm going Lane Riggs. He's going to come from the back of the pack. He's going to go up there like Corey Heim did last week in Kansas. Went from like 33rd to 3rd in the first stage. Watch him come through the field. And let's see, who else do you guys have? Corey Heim and Kenneth Clark's got 9 cautions and 1 big yellow. 7 cautions and Majeski for Lloyd. Heim time for Desert Fox and David Farmer. Caruth, Mr. Hendricks proves they can't be stopped in all categories. Mr. H for President, Matthew says. Danny, haha, let's get it. I know not many in the trucks. You don't know many in the trucks. Yeah, they're kind of a quiet bunch. We're all here together now. What's up, Butterfly? Good to see you. Honeycut with the win today. Ooh, Lepus. I like that one. Good to see you. This is not the Busch race. This is a Craftsman Truck Series race. Richard says 8 cautions. What's up? Garcia is in the Ford. Let's go. Will Norm Benning win today? We'll see. We'll see. OJ and Toothpaste. I like that one too. Got to go with the 11. Heim time. Got to get those clocks out. Heim time, man. He's always strong. It's always go to good with Heim, Eckes, Majeski. If you don't know who's going to win, just pick one of those 3 guys. You got a better chance of winning with those guys than anybody else. So I know it's kind of repetitive when I say that, but it's the truth. You're off today. There you go. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Bronny says probably Matt Crafton. Ooh, how about Crafton there? That'd be good to show him some love here on this track. But no matter what, it's going to be a crazy race at Talladega. I wish y'all could watch it on the cams, but we'll be watching those tomorrow during the Xfinity race and the Cup race. So ready to go? Let's go.
He is from Fairhope, Alabama. He's also won here. Happened for him in 2016. That was the first victory of his career. If he wins here today,
I got
he'll put
Jesse
that
Love as
9
my
truck
dark horse
back in the
tomorrow.
championship 4. He raced for a title 1 season ago. It's all about to unfold at Talladega. Let's go trackside and get the command of fire engines.
Talladega, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Please welcome, on behalf of Loves, Thomas Love.
On behalf of my family and all the Loves team members across the country, drivers, start your engines!
Start your engines.
Qualifying wrapped up a couple of hours ago. With that, let's get to our Loves RV stop starting lineup. Mentioned 18 years old. William Sawalich is on the pole. Ben Rhodes on the front row as well. Row 2, Ty Majeski. He's a player, no doubt. We talked about the fact that Grant Enfinger has won here. Both of those drivers are playoff eligible.
How about back in row number 3, another playoff driver, Taylor Gray, along with Chase Purdy.
Then you've got Tyler Ankrum, Matt Mills.
What's
Rough week
up,
last
one wise
week
guy?
out.
Good to see you,
Starting
man.
inside the
Loves
top 10
monopoly,
here.
the
There's
love
Corey
fame
Heim and Jake
destroyed
Garcia
NASCAR.
rounding the
Someone
top
call
10.
MJ.
Guys, it's going to be a while before we get to Lane Riggs since he didn't attempt to
hop on back there?
Yeah, let's go on back there and see if we can talk to him.
Lane Riggs,
Hey,
baby.
Lane
We see
Riggs,
those
this is the
38.
Fox booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, guys.
Well, Lane, I bet you never dreamed that your first lap on the racetrack at Talladega was going to be after the green flag falls for the race, did you?
I did not. It's definitely a little intimidating for sure. This place is amazing. A lot of history here. So, yeah, not starting quite where we want to, but this Loves RV stop, Infinity Communications Ford F-150, I think we're only got one way to go, and that's forward. So, yeah, my team works really hard. Really excited to be here, but it's going to be a big learning day right here. Hopefully I give you all some good shots, but not too exciting, you know?
Well, man, you have been doing an awesome job with those 2 big wins to start that last round. What is your plan? Are you going to try to move towards the front? Are you going to lay back for a while? You guys have it figured out yet?
I think we're just going to go where it takes us. If we get a big run, we're going to take it. If it lines moving forward, we're just going to take it. I don't think that we're going to do any intentional laying back, but just put ourselves in good position.
Go to the front, Lane Riggs. That's what you're going to do, baby.
Get in the pack and learn a little bit. I only have
Go to the front.
6 laps of Speedway experience. I only made it 6 laps at Daytona this year, so the plan here is just to get up in the pack, learn as much as I can, and use that knowledge for next year.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you talking to us. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Limited experience and trying to find the balance of patience and aggression at this place. Never easy, especially for a rookie driver in Lane Riggs. Now we hear from our pit reporters, Regan Smith, Mamba Smith hanging out there. Let's go to Regan first. He was the Xfinity winner here in 2013. Good afternoon, Regan.
Well, good afternoon, Adam. And nothing like a win at Talladega. All these drivers in the field thinking that, including one who is also in the playoffs. Tyler Ankrum, starting in the 7th position today, has had a great year. But he told me earlier today he feels like he's playing with house money right now. The goal is to win and find his way to Phoenix today and to be very aggressive in this race. If he does that, then he will end a 120-race winless streak, which was another major goal coming into the season. The opposite side of that spectrum, Connor Zilic making his first super speedway start ever this afternoon. He will start 12th, and he said the exact opposite. He said, I am going to go out there and log laps. I don't care what happens. I want to be at this race on the last lap so I can learn how to approach things as he gets ready to go Xfinity Series racing full-time next year. Mamba?
I'm down here in Raja Cruz pit, and behind me, you might think that it's a home race, but we're a long way from DC. There's a lot of people here rooting for Raj this afternoon. Raj comes into Talladega 8 points under the cut line, but he's not worried about that. He told me during the production call that he was excited about the challenge of getting all these points back. He's going to try and make his way through the field, but do it patiently. He wants to make sure he is a good pusher so he can be the one to make the move towards the end. Now, going back in the back of the field is Stephen Parsons. Stephen is driving the number 75 for Henderson Motorsports out of Tennessee. This truck has typically run very well in the super speedways.
I love that
has a win here with Parker Klingerman in 2017. And Stephen had a top 10 in Daytona. I asked him what his plan is. Well, we're not running for points, so we want to make sure we're there at the end, but I got to get it through the front so I know what my truck is going to do late. Adam?
We've got the law firm on pit road today, Smith & Smith, right? Now we get our Craftsman track description. Tell us about this place. It is awesome, Michael.
You just have to put an exclamation point behind Talladega Superspeedway, because every moment when we throw this green flag is going to be exciting, thrilling. 2.66 miles in length. You can see the turns banked at 33 degrees. What a facility, what a racetrack, what a night this is going to be.
Let's take a look at our race analysis. You see this race is 85 laps, 225 miles. Remember, this race has always been 250 miles before, a little bit shorter. Stage 1 short, 20 laps. Stage 2 as well at 20 laps. That final stage, 45 laps. You see our pit window. When by the time these guys come to pit road at the end of that second stage, they could be thinking about maybe making it without stopping in that third stage. So
second stage, 20 laps,
assuming
final
no
stage,
overtime,
45
which
laps.
that's pretty rare here. But anyway, we're going to keep an eye on that.
Pit window 36
and now
to
we
38
take a look
laps.
at our onboard cameras for this afternoon's race. Phil, lead us off.
Yeah, we're going to ride along with Daniel Dye. Daniel had just such a breakout season. Unfortunately, had some bad luck in that round of 10. Did not qualify here for this round, but he's going to take the race to stop Suicide Chevrolet and make his way towards the front.
I got a guy starting back there with you talked to a minute ago, Lane Riggs in the Loves RV Travel Stops Ford. Starting in the back, 2 wins in the playoffs. Amazing turnaround for this young man in this season. Look for him to be a real threat today. Remember when they used to try to get Dale Jarrett to drive the big brown truck? Well, Lane gets to drive the big yellow truck, and I know that's really fun for him to have such a great partner like Loves on board with him.
You mentioned the fact that he's won twice in the playoffs. It's pretty amazing. Only one playoff driver victorious so far in playoff drivers. 0 for 8 right here at Talladega.
Let's see if Grant Enfinger could take a moment and talk to us.
Let me see those 9s.
Hey, Grant, it's Michael Waltrip and the Fox team. Do you have a copy, my friend?
I do.
It's a home game. You said something so interesting in the pre-race show. You said, I love Talladega and I hate it. A love-hate relationship with this place, I think, is something that every driver can understand. How do you attack today? Are you going for the front and staying there? Or are you going to fall back to 100?
We're not planning on falling back. Sometimes that's not in our own control here, though. But yeah, me and Jeff Segowitz are going to try to duplicate the success we had here for my first ever truck win. And that day we led a lot of laps, including the last one. So we're going to try to do that same thing today. Everybody at CR7 Motorsports, I'm very, very proud of them. They brought us a really fast champion car from Chevy. We proved that in qualifying. So hopefully we prove that in the race as well.
Well, I appreciate your time. Have fun out there, buddy. We're going to enjoy watching you.
Yeah, pray for no big wrecks, but
he's been a bit of a sleeper when you look at these playoffs, but no doubt he's got what it takes to get it done today. I love saying these words. It's race day at Talladega.
All right, so let me see your caution. I know some of y'all put your cautions in there, but let's do it. I'm going to go 5 cautions. I like that 5 number. I've been going over the last couple weeks. 5 cautions for CeeLo for the truck. So 5 cautions. Mike D, what's going on? Good to see you. Okay, sounds good, Lloyd. Yeah, it's up. 4 for Butterfly. She's going 4 cautions. 6 is my guest, Taj. 7 for Mike D. 8 for Richard. 71. Jamie dropping those 71s. Michael, 7 cautions. Love the trucks. Mark Martin got me watching the truck series. Nice, Debbie. Everyone wrecks. Yeah, he goes 6 cautions, Brawny thinks. Jamie's going 6 cautions. 7 cats on a sunny day. There you go, Matthew. Georgia fans going 6. So about that 7, 6, 8, 5, 4 cautions. So there we'll see how that is. This will be our caution count right here. We'll let you guys know how many cautions we have. And we'll have the leaderboard right there. And hit that subscribe, y'all. Hit that like. See if we can get to 23,100. Can we get 18 subscribers today? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys so much for watching it on YouTube TV. And Rick, if you're listening, I am falling in love with YouTube TV. I like the setup. I like how it works. If Bally Sports could go to YouTube TV, I would drop Fubo in a heartbeat. I still haven't got a chance to bundle those two together, but YouTube TV, I love it. It's great. So if you guys have YouTube TV or don't have it, I suggest it very much so. But if they could just grab Bally Sports, I'm not sure why they can't. That would be awesome. With the field, I would say 7 cautions, and the first one will come early. Debbie says yes. And let's see if we can get to 3 laps. And on lap 3, y'all, we're going to honor Dale Sr. 297 of us here. I'm going to put 3s in the chat as well. And also, when you see Dale pop up on the screen, well, why is it? I got it above him. That's weird. There. Let's see. If you see Dale pop up on the screen, which it should be, there you go. If you see Dale pop up on the screen, that is when we're going to put the 3s in the chat on lap 3. Every lap 3, we honor Dale Sr. here on the channel too. And a place where Dale Sr. made Talladega famous. I watched Dale Sr. come from the back of the pack here at Talladega and lead the race in the next 2 laps. I've been there. I've seen Dale Sr. flip at this track. I have been to this track multiple times. I love it. I just started free trial yesterday. Yeah, Georgia fan. And it's free for 4 months. You don't have to pay nothing for 4 months, which is awesome. So thank you, Aureolo. Thank you so much, 5,000 for subscribing. We appreciate you there as well. Matt Crafton. Tim's going Matt Crafton at 888. We'll see what he can do, man. Talladega was Senior's last win. Yeah. So Talladega, baby. Love Talladega. Even thought about going this fall, but decided to stay home. What up, T-Van? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here.
I said it off the top. At Talladega, if you're in it, you can win it. We've had some upsets, but one thing we've never had, as I said going to break earlier, is a playoff driver finding their way to victory lane.
Yeah, and it doesn't, we talked about those guys starting at the back, and that doesn't necessarily kill you either, starting at the back.
Corey Hine, our most recent
it's
winner,
on FS1,
qualified
Mark.
9th earlier today.
Try to take care of as best you can. We can stay up front. Probably a safer bet than if we get stuck somewhere in the middle. So let's see what we can do. Nice and smooth, boys. I'll keep you posted. And plenty of time here to work up a good stop.
Just gotta,
that's
you
next
gotta
week.
wonder where the pushes
Roval.
are going to come from and how they affect you, and are you able? They're going to run that white line, that yellow line, excuse me, the first handful of laps, just dedicated to being down there. And there's going to be guys in the back, Adam, that are going to try to
here we
form
go.
a third
Pull those
lane.
belts tight one last time. Let's go.
So much on the line anytime you come to this place, because every driver wants to say they want to race at Talladega, but even more on the race day, because it's a playoff race. We're going to open up the round of 8 at Talladega Superspeedway. William Sawalich on the
better
pole.
first race visit. Daytona. Beat Daytona hands down. Here we go, green flag. Can the kid lead the first lap around here? You're welcome, California Days. Single file low on the outside.
There on the start.
The back high line is way back.
He's
looking
got
for a
that
run.
lane gathered up, and they're going to town.
And let Ben Rose jump in behind him as well in the 99
No
truck.
cams for trucks, pet bottles.
it'll take at least a lap for these trucks to get wound
Ooh,
up.
Infinger going high.
I talked about being
Purdy
dedicated to that yellow line.
bringing it on the
That's not a good idea
outside.
for me, Mike. He moved right up in front of Chase Purdy. He saw the momentum the outside lane was gaining,
That's right,
and
Bill.
he wanted to be a part of that.
Lap 1.
You'll see these trucks dance around
Grant
a little bit too,
Infinger.
Adam. They won't be that easy to drive, especially in traffic like this.
Nice shove, outside lane. Chevy helping Chevy. The 9
Remember
is
on
in
lap
front.
3, we're going to
Infinger
honor
getting
Dale
the push
Sr.
From that red and black 77 to Chase
We'll do a
Purdy as we
Pepsi
ride
400
on board
next
with
year.
Daniel
Yeah, man.
Dye.
Coke 400, yeah.
Daniel, one of those drivers that didn't get to
Be a good race to go to.
that issue.
Keep hitting that like
on
button.
pit road, so he'll be
Purdy
looking
in
at this
second
mess
place.
ahead of him and trying to make decisions about how to best get to the front. Outside he goes.
Outside, Daniel
Dye.
Dye.
Behind isn't a bad
Trying to
one
make a
follow
third
Johnny
line,
Sauter, but Daniel said,
and nobody went with
I've
him.
got a bit of a run. I'm going to make it
Up
3
Karen,
wide.
good to see
And I
you.
like that on lap 2, Phil.
Yeah, I
you
have
gotta try it
MLB
out.
TV.
You got to see what you've got, how much ground you can make. He obviously knows now that if no one goes with him, he's not going anywhere other than backwards.
Daniel Dye all the
Side
way
by
to the
side
back.
At the front. You got Purdy in the 77. The 9 is Grant Infinger.
Infinger is
going to
lead that lap 2. Lap 2.
Highlighted in the pylon in yellow. You can track their
So
progress
get your
there.
3s ready, because
Big
next
push
time
by
around,
Matt
we're going to honor
Mills
Dale Sr. here.
on the 77 to Purdy, and like you said, Adam, they're dancing. Trucks are a handful when you got somebody on your tailgate.
And how about that guy that sat on the pole, that 18-year-old that sat
Purdy
on the
down
pole as
slow.
Purdy pulls down in front of Grant Infinger. William Sawalch, the first time he has ever done this on this type of racetrack, and doing a great job. You see him third truck in line on the bottom.
You think about that, the format
Where
this
did Matt
weekend,
Mills
show up and
come
qualify.
from?
No practice.
All right, y'all,
So
get your
in
3s
addition to
ready.
getting your
Every
legs under
third
you
lap
early in the
of
race,
On the Go
trying
at
to gain
CeeLo,
a
we
little
honor
knowledge on
Dale
what you
Sr. on
have,
this channel.
How it fills in the draft, and
Dale
that
Sr.,
process
we honor
magnified
you
for driver
as
1
lap
William
3
Sawalch,
begins
who
at
has
Talladega.
never done it
Uh-oh,
before.
Ben Rhodes.
Problems.
Problem with Ben
Already.
Rhodes.
We're hearing that's a penalty for Ben Rhodes.
Oh, no. 3s in the chat.
NASCAR is saying that Ben Rhodes actually launched first. Again, it's William Sawalch. That's the control truck, and he was within the restart zone, and Ben Rhodes jumped a little bit early.
And you see him give it back. Ben definitely rolled off the gas to give it back, but in NASCAR's judgment, he jumped the start on the pole sitter, and that's not allowed. So he was charged with a drive-through penalty. They debated it for quite a bit, but that's how it turned out.
Does the pass-through, but this opening stage is only 20 laps. So a couple of things in play here. How long can he stay in front of the draft? And number 2, does anybody else go a lap down, allowing him to get the free pass when we get the first caution, should it be the end of stage 1?
Yeah, running by himself, he's going to be 2 to 3 seconds slower than this field.
No,
so there's a chance that these guys will catch him. But again, they shouldn't lap anybody else unless someone else has some sort of an issue. Look at Matt Mills jump to the outside of Grant Infinger.
13 is Jake Garcia working hard in the outside lane. That's a Ford helping a Chevrolet.
We talked about William Sawalch. How about third in line on the outside, the 7 of Connor Zilic? Same situation for him. He does have some experience on high-speed racetrack like Michigan. He won his ARCA debut at Michigan. His first race on an intermediate track.
This is a whole different animal, though, isn't it?
It is.
The only thing that are nearly the same as the speeds was Ben speeding
Ben
when he
Rhodes
made
with
his
the
pass
speeding
through.
penalty, or no,
blend
early
violation
launch
coming
penalty.
back onto the track.
So he's
in
going to go a
turn
lap
2.
down,
The
and
blend
he's
was not where
gonna be
NASCAR
done.
wanted it to be, so he has
Hoping for a
another
caution for
pass-through
him now.
penalty, and that will put him
All right,
squarely
Butterfly,
behind
thanks
the
for
8 ball
popping in.
as he exits pit road. Here comes the field.
Here comes the field.
Yeah, he will without
They're
a
going
doubt
to
find
pass.
himself a
They're
lap
going to
down when
catch
this
him and
field
pass
catches
him.
him.
He's just getting up to speed.
Again, they're running probably 20 miles an hour faster than he is right now. Watch him go by. He has to stay on the apron till he gets to turn 2.
Up onto the
Ben
racetrack.
Rhodes going to go a lap
There's
down
a
unless he
banking
gets in here.
down below the yellow line.
He's trying
that
to
you're
get in
supposed
on
to
the
run
on
It's
the
enough to
draft,
hold
but
you
it's not
when
working.
you run wide open, but he didn't go down there.
And this is so challenging when you put someone in his situation, and everyone in the draft has got to maneuver around him at a much slower speed.
A lot of times we see a lot of
He's lucky he
incidents
didn't wreck the
caused
field
by
right
that
there.
situation exactly.
He
Looks
got
like we're able
penalized
to
again?
Successfully managed this one.
He blended in, and that's a good move because now he's a lap down, but he's with the leaders. There's one truck that has fallen nearly a half lap behind, and that's the 28.
Is it because
of
he
Keith McGee.
came up on the draft?
See one of the spoiler braces.
That's what I thought.
It's come
Yeah,
loose on
blend
the
line
16 of
violation.
Johnny
Oh my
Sauter.
gosh! Just park the
Again,
truck,
there's
man.
6 braces on that spoiler. That should not cause any issues.
Did you hear Daniel Dye playing with the throttle, laying off of it a bit right now? I like being conservative, Adam. Right now, I don't want somebody pushing me from behind. Let's just ride in line, log some laps, and figure out how to best use those runs. You're not just running wide open or lifting because another truck's in front of you.
Can't wait for the Xfinity race tomorrow, y'all.
Constantly experimenting with where the throttle needs to be. How do you ride the brakes? How do you best get a run on the truck ahead of you?
Closing on the middle point of stage 1 at Talladega Superspeedway. A lot of movement in that lead draft. Grant Enfinger, the leader for now.
They haven't said anything about the second penalty, though, for Ben Rhodes, but who knows what'll happen. But thanks, guys, for popping in here today. Thanks for hanging out with us. My name is CeeLo. On the Go at CeeLo is our YouTube channel. We do it NASCAR racing here every weekend. And tomorrow, we'll be bringing you the qualifying for the NASCAR Cup Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series race from here, from Talladega Superspeedway. So make sure you join us tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting on? Hit that subscribe, as we're trying to get to 23,100 today. See if we can get over that bump there. They did say something about it. You just missed them saying it. Okay, good deal. Well, poor Ben Rhodes. Last week, he gets kicked out of the playoffs, and then this week, 2 penalties back-to-back, and you don't want to get penalties here. This is the worst place for it. So at least he'll be the only car a lap down. And then he can get his lap back after a caution, hopefully. But we'll see what happens. But he'll probably be 2 laps down after it's over. He didn't blend in at the right place, Robert says. That, yeah, and he almost wrecked the whole field doing it. If it's some of you are all watching the race, they all had to, like, move and scurry over and all that stuff. So Ben Rhodes mad because he ain't 3-peating as champ. Who flipping today, Jermaine says. They were showing clips of remember the Daytona race where Taylor Gray, he went over someone's hood. Remember that last lap at Daytona in the early spring race? He went over the hood there. Rhodes almost, yeah, he did. He almost did. What's up, Samson? Good to see you. Ben Rhodes tried to pull a Kevin LePage. We're just waiting on the commercial to come back here for us, and we'll have a good time the rest of the day. So 8 laps complete. You're welcome, Samson. 8 laps complete of 77. Matt Mills continues to lead. Grant Enfinger, Chase Purdy, Jake Garcia, William Swallowich, the kid in 5th place. Do you have an MRN affiliate where you live, CeeLo? Yeah, I could turn on MRN too as well, I guess.
You're the man
but usually
in
when
charge here
TV
at
takes a
Talladega
break,
Superspeedway.
MRN
It's
takes
the
a break.
Craftsman Truck Series. You're watching the Love's RV Stop 225.
See, Chase Purdy has moved to the outside in front of Matt Mills in the 42. A nice push from Chase Purdy to Grant Enfinger. Grant Enfinger to push him ahead of Matt Mills, and then he jumped up in front of Matt. Now he's going to try to go around the outside with a little bit of help from that 42 of Matt Mills.
Look at those trucks move around, man. Every lap that goes by, there's just a little bit less grip in these tires, and we talked about having these trucks trimmed out as best you can. Not a whole lot of aerodynamic downforce, or as little as you can stand, and these guys are really starting to bounce around.
I kind of touched on this, but how much of the early portion is the race is about gaining knowledge for later versus also just trying to set yourself up for success?
100% about gaining knowledge. You want to see how your truck drafts around other trucks. It might draft around a Chevy different than it does a Toyota. And now I love especially what William Swallish, Connor Zillich are doing. They're learning every lap, Adam. They're just taking their eyes and taking it all in, seeing what kind of pushes they can get, what they can take. And these guys are on the fast track to trying to figure out how to do this in competition, never doing it before.
We saw Johnny Sauter on pit road a few minutes ago. NASCAR made him come down pit road and repair that spoiler brace that came off that truck.
He did go a lap down. Ben Rhodes jumped in front of him in the running order. So as we're at 9 laps to go, stage 1, Ben Rhodes still the first truck, 1 lap down. Depending on how the rest of this stage goes, could get the free pass.
It looks good because just up ahead, you see ahead of the pack, that truck, that's the 28. Of McGee.
I can't watch the race
so the pack
here,
is going to go storming around McGee, which will put
Cam
Ben ahead of him. And I don't
them.
think there's any other trucks in danger of going a lap down right now.
See 3 wide. Bailey Curry is on the outside to see if he can get a 3rd lane going. Chase Purdy now, did he get shoved up out of that middle line there?
Chase Purdy was leading this race. Now he's back almost.
See if we can see. Look at bottom of your screen.
Falling back quick.
Turned. That was a push from the 42 of Matt Mills, and he was trying to help him. He was not trying to push him out of the way. He was trying to help him as they go by Keith McGee. That's the red truck on the outside.
Phil, like I said in the opening, you got to be precise, but you're going to start pushing, you're going to start blocking, you're going to start changing lanes, all those things right now. And that's why this is such a wild race, because you've got to make sure your decisions are perfect.
Ben Rhodes will not be the first car on the lead lap.
You talked at the very start about what happens when you lose your momentum,
cool.
like we saw Christian Eckes do last year.
I mean, they use that kind of for qualifying.
Almost to the very back of the pack.
Awesome.
He's fallen probably outside the top 25.
His truck looked a little bit dartier than the rest, so that could have had something. Well, he got turned out there, but that might be why he's not fighting back up through there. He's on the outside of 3 wide now, though.
Sorry, Chevy. So it is what it is.
Riding along with Lane Riggs, the Love's RV stop, Ford.
We've been doing it like this all year for the truck.
Nice little run going up through the middle here, following the 15 of
Sometimes you can't have everything.
Sometimes when that middle opens, it's a great feeling. You just pass trucks right up the middle.
He's racing around some playoff drivers. Went by Christian Eckes, Sanchez, the 91 Ryan Reed making his first start of the year. 38 showing some speed and muscle early on.
Oh, Lane Riggs.
Reed, he is struggling right now to hang on to that truck. Sanchez all over.
So Christian Eckes was back there as well in the Napa truck. Now he has moved down to the inside line.
This is some tight racing. Watch the 91 as the 2 gets there.
He was wobbling when he got there, wasn't he?
And it didn't get much better. I think Christian Eckes, he and his spotter decided we better back off the gas here a bit.
I'm nervous for both the 2 and the 19 being playoff drivers, because you get in the middle of it. You need to leave here with some stage points. You don't want to take a hit at Talladega, opening race of the round. And they're both in a compromised position. Coming to 5 laps to go, stage 1. Grant Enfinger out front right now. He's led 5 of them so far. The finish to the first stage when we come back.
Been a quiet stage 1, but you know it's coming. The big one is coming. But thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like button for us. Hit that subscribe. But yeah, it's you can't be showing the races like that. What we show is NASCAR.com, so it's not the broadcast. But appreciate her hanging out. What's up, Georgia Shine? Behind time here pretty soon. Heim been quiet, and Eckes also as well. Manjeski there moving up to 5th as they're running side by side all the way back. Just lagging some laps here, but about 5 more laps to go before the end of the stage. 15 laps complete of 20 in the first stage. When was the last time he raced anyone? Anyone know? My guess was 2017. Jeff says, care what happened to Ben Rhodes? Ben Rhodes jumped the gun on the green flag, and Swalloch did not jump, and he jumped before Swalloch did. So he got the jump penalty, and he had to come through. Oh yeah, it is coming eventually. First thing I learned in medical field is the first rule of anesthesia is all bleed stops eventually. That's right. It's coming. It'll get crazy here. So it's Dega, baby. Anything could happen. That's right. That's exactly what I said earlier today in my vlogs. Make sure you check out the vlog that we put out today. It is doing pretty well right now. I like the views on that. So it is the NASCAR Talladega paint scheme and race weekend previews. Make sure you check that out. It has all the paint schemes for all the cars, some information about some of the stuff with the standings and all that, and a recap of Kansas, my picks, some updates on some NASCAR news and all that stuff. So make sure you check that out after the race today. Anything bad can happen other than, yeah. So just waiting. Yeah, Ben Rhodes had a penalty, had a pass-through penalty because he jumped the start of the race. I like the Bass Pro Shop camo scheme. Oh, I love that too, Desert Fox. Like I said in the vlog, like Trackhouse is amazing at their paint schemes, and that camo car looks awesome on Ross Chastain. So, and then also the 99, the pink neon Tootsie's car. Oh yeah.
Reports from pit road. We start with Regan.
Well, Adam, how about the run right now for Lane Riggs? All the way up 20 positions from where he started, or actually 19 positions.
Go
right
Lane
now,
Riggs,
14th spot.
13.
Had trouble getting through Tech yesterday as well as this morning. When I got to the garage this morning, the team had us going everywhere working on that truck.
What's up,
of course, they didn't get to qualify.
Pastel,
That's
what's
why
up
he
as
had to
well?
start in the back. He was calm and collected on pit road before the race, though. A lot of momentum for this team. 5 straight top 5s, trying to continue on doing that. Mamba?
Thank you, Terry.
Well, as that was going on, you guys see it now
Nick
on the left side
Sanchez
of your
in the
screen.
pits.
The 2 of Nick Sanchez comes down pit road to short pit this stage to get some fuel, pack it full. We saw 2 wedge wrenches go in the back of the truck, getting the feel for Nick. Nick wanted to dominate this race from the front of the pack like they did in Daytona, but they were dropping back, so figured let's get some fuel in this thing and try to flip the stage on the rest of the group. Adam?
Thoughts on the strategy call here, fellas?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. You can flip this stage. We heard Mamba mention that, but he also said put 2 wrenches in the back. That means thing wasn't handling the way Nick needed it to. Let's make that adjustment. It's going to take a second. We're not going to lose a lap, and let's put ourselves in a better position when we start stage 2.
Yeah, because all the rest of the field will come to pit road when this stage ends.
Driving, we will
and
be here till
Sanchez
midnight.
is going to cycle up to the front for the restart.
Final lap, first stage, and the one thing I want
Here we go,
everyone
final
to
lap.
keep an eye on is they come
See if
through
we have
the
a wreck here.
tri-oval, make a note of where the start
Ooh,
finish
got a little
line is,
squirrely
and
there
look
on the
out.
inside line.
Right behind Infinger, they are dancing.
That was Swallowage.
Matt Mills, outside lane, takes the 42 down to the inside in front of Infinger.
That was a solid move by Matt.
It's okay. It's
I think
different.
that might have been exactly what the doctor ordered. If Matt can hang there, does Grant Infinger slide up high in
You're
front
right,
of the
Rick.
13 of Sanchez, or
Here's
excuse me,
a
Jake
hole.
Garcia that's coming.
And remember, that start-finish line is not right there in the tri-oval. It's down here towards
And
one
Matt
right
Mills.
here.
Infinger gives a look, but he can't get there. It's Matt Mills.
Matt Mills
who
in that
wins
42.
the opening stage at Talladega. It's the first time he's been victorious in a stage and truck series competition. Infinger gets big points with second. The only other playoff drivers in the top 10, Majeski and Taylor Gray, were off and rolling at Talladega.
All right, end of the first stage already. We're in the second stage now. We'll see some pit stops, I'm sure. You have the cookie too? Yeah, I want to try the cookie. Is the cookie good, Jeff? I want to try the cookie. But it's different. I mean, you can really taste the Oreo. You can really taste it. It's different. And it's sugar-free. If that makes you feel any better. 0 sugar. Sorry, 0 sugar. And I'm drinking out of my Tennessee cup. Tennessee Dad cup. All right. Saturday's going to be a busy day for us, y'all. We got cup qualifying. There's no practice when they're here at the super speedways. They just qualify. I haven't decided if I want to do Xfinity and Cup together qualifying. I'm not sure yet because I'm going to be doing a lot on Saturday. And then Xfinity race on Saturday afternoon. And then later at night, it's probably going to be Dodgers-Padres MLB Game Day 3D with the audio. So that's where we're looking right now for Saturday. And then Sunday, the Cup race from Talladega, baby. I'm gonna go with CeeLo. That glass should be scarlet and gray and have a big O on it. Ducks. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they play Arkansas this weekend. This should be interesting how they do. But we'll definitely eventually do a Vols game. Just baseball's so hot right now, and I just want curious to see what the 3D will do without Braves in it. So see, we follow the hype of baseball right now, and then after that's over, we'll move into some football. And then college basketball starts up in the middle of November, so we'll be bringing you college basketball in the middle of November, it's going into December, NCAA college basketball, and we'll pepper in some NHL Nashville Predator hockey as well. And then before you know it, it'll be February again and March, and baseball and NASCAR will be back. NBA tonight, hype says. See, we've got 2 in Tennessee, Georgia, and Alabama. Yeah, definitely. I won't be able to do Tennessee, Georgia because I'll be getting off a cruise, but Tennessee, Alabama for sure. Who all likes coleslaw? I don't like it either. A lot of people like it on their barbecue sandwiches. Anybody like coleslaw on their barbecue sandwich? Rick says, yeah, we play Iowa tomorrow. Should be interesting. Where are you, an Atlanta Thrashers fan? No, I was never an Atlanta Thrashers fan. I've been a Nashville Predator fan since day one. So at least they have hockey. You know, the reason I'm a Braves fan is because we don't have any. I guess I could have liked the Reds, but I've been a Braves fan all my life. So Mets Phillies tomorrow at 2:30, and then Padres Dodgers. Prime time on FS1 right here on our channel.
Of the NLDS.
Coleslaw and a big pork sandwich. There you go.
How many?
Yeah. 5.
I'm going to set
What's your go-to barbecue place, Rick, in Crossville?
Show he is.
Stage 1 breakdown. I said it going to break. 3 playoff drivers in the top 10 getting those much-needed stage 1.
Yeah, huge for Grant Enfinger, as you mentioned. He came in here 11 points below
My
that
name
cut
may be
line.
Cole, but I don't like
Come back
coleslaw.
right there.
Billy's all 3 Central.
And Taylor Gray also inside the top 10. The Gray brothers, we see that a lot. 9th and 10th in this first stage.
Ben Rhodes gets the free pass, so he's back on the lead lap. And here's the 2 of Nick Sanchez.
You like
say,
coleslaw
what's
on
he doing
hot
back
dogs?
there?
All
That's
right,
actually a good thing. You stay out here, and you inherit a ton of track position. I like this call.
Yeah, I think he was in a position he probably wasn't going to get any stage
me
points.
too,
And
but
obviously,
when
we've
you
seen a
can't,
lot of wrecks coming to the line at the end of
You go
stages. So
somewhere?
I think it was a great call by Bono to bring him down pit road, get some fuel, know now that he's going to cycle back to the front for this restart at the end when we start the second stage.
And we heard the crew say we're going to do major adjustments too. So they worked on that truck as well, which could mean he was having his hands full back in the pack.
He was 19th when he made the pit stop. He literally was in the middle of the beehive. So you back out of it, you make your pit stop, and hopefully set yourself up for success later.
I've been to a barbecue restaurant my
There's some
entire
oil
life. Oh
on
my
pit
God,
road here.
Ronnie.
NASCAR's cleaning up. The 41 of Bailey Curry, fresh off that first top 10 of the season
I
last
smoke my own
week.
barbecue
He had
too.
an issue. We're hearing gear fluid. And what's wrong with William Sawalich?
I don't know, but that's concerning for a driver that started on the pole and had such a successful opening stage, Regan.
Yeah, and Adam, unfortunately for William Sawalich, it is a battery issue. That's what the team has been hollering over the radio. They're going to try and get the left side jacked up as quick as they can if he can get this thing to roll all the way in. But tough break after doing such a great job in this first stage.
I'll plug the radiator.
But Regan, how cool was it to watch he and Zilich just up there in the middle of things, learning lap after lap after lap? You know how valuable that experience is going to be if you can get this thing fixed up and go racing with them at the end.
That's
You know what's crazy, Michael, Michael, I can guarantee you in my first race at Daytona or Talladega, I was not up front getting that experience. So very
Not the
valuable
battery,
for both
he
of
says.
those guys.
No tires.
Hard to watch, I'll tell you that.
Double duty this weekend for Sawalich.
Yeah, he's going to make the trek up to Toledo, Ohio for the championship race tomorrow right here on FS2 at 4 o'clock.
You going to walk us through that, Phil?
Going to love it. It's going to be great.
Got to do what we're going to do.
Andres
How are they going to
Perez,
run the
just by
ARCA race at
starting
the
the
same
race,
time
will
as
win the
the
championship for
season
Rev
finale,
Racing.
same time as the Xfinity race?
But it'd be a good battle. Sawalich, 8 wins this year in 13 starts in the ARCA series.
He and Zilich have just been incredible when they race in the ARCA series this year.
Yeah.
Why did ARCA schedule a race
I'm
at the
telling you,
same time?
William
I don't know.
Sawalich
Isn't that
had
dumb?
a poor finish at Dover. He
That's
got
stupid.
wrecked. Ironically, got run into by Connor Zilich accidentally. That's his only
That's like
finish
when they
this year,
ran the
I think, in 13
Xfinity race
races
and the
outside the top
truck
3.
race at the same time when they were in Portland.
You know something I'm noticing here? We had to clean up on pit road, so it
Iowa.
delays pit road opening, so we can't come down and get our service and all of that. It's just taking laps away during that second stage, and so not going to be near as much time to get the work done before we get that second green and white checkered flag of the afternoon.
But will it ratchet up the intensity maybe in that second stage?
I had my hand up.
No one
over
watches
here,
it
Phil.
anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to do.
You saw Sawalich made it around to pit road, so they'll try and take care of his problems. You see him sitting idle
Fat,
there.
juicy tacos.
And now everyone else will
Cole,
come.
did you
Pit
ever
road
go to
is
the
open,
one,
scheduled stops under caution,
heck, what
end
was
of
it
stage
called?
1. And the first driver we focus on, the 9 of Grant
That was
Enfinger.
one of
And
my
what a
favorites
strong
in
run it's been for
Hendersonville.
Grant. Although you're seeing an adjustment there at the
There we go,
chassis.
Grant
These trucks do
Enfinger,
not
pit stops.
drive well in the draft. So Grant uses his experience, his knowledge, to let the team what he thinks, what he needs to be able to charge harder even yet.
We're watching the top of your screen. Taylor Gray bringing that 17 down pit road. Is a little edgy right now. His goal is to survive. He's doing a little better, getting some stage points. Regan?
Tyler Ankrum in the 18 truck. You saw he was very
Finger,
close to the line right there. Had to make sure they didn't cross it. Fuel only for him. He is too loose right now. And the 98 at Ty Majeski, loose at times, tight at times. Biggest concern, though, is the fact that it ran 250 degrees that whole run.
A lot of fuel only there. In fact, the first 6 trucks off the pit lane took only gas, and they continue to work on the William Sawalich Toyota. Stage 2 coming your way.
Halfway down the back stretch.
And the spot in the championship 4 on the line.
I got the scanner on for William Sawalich. See what he has to say. Hope everybody's doing well. Hit that like button for us. We're trying to get to 200 likes here on this NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Just subscribe. Thank you, Glenn. You just made the best decision of your life, bro. On YouTube. Not your best decision of your life, but on YouTube, you just made your best decision. This is the best place to be for NASCAR. We are the best NASCAR channel out there. Hands down, best NASCAR channel out there. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I got to change my caution count to 1.
JC, can you pull the dash top off and go in over the top?
Listening to William Swalowich's car, the 1 car, having some battery issues. You're listening to the scanner right now. I got to get ready to go. CeeLo, I'll be watching, but not in chat. All right, man. Have a good time, dude.
Entry still coming around you, still open.
See what MRN has to say.
On playlist.
I'm a Gene
Calvin Black.
Alvin, hit the like. It's free as a subscribe. That's right. It's all free, guys. Free. So I hope you guys will be doing it just like this weekend. We'll have some cameras actually, not for qualifying tomorrow, but we'll have cameras for the Xfinity race and the Cup race for Saturday and Sunday. So I hope you guys have a good time coming here with us and spread the word. Share the stream out and tell more people about us, because this is what we do right here. Not going to have a good time. It's outside pouring. Well, you're at a football game, so that's all that matters. Have a good time with your friends, dude. Man, Bailey Curry out of the race after he just got his first career top 10 last week at Kansas. Yeah, he did really well. Let's scroll up here. There's Bailey Curry in 36th spot. Johnny Sauter, 2 laps down. Keith McKee, 2 laps down. William Sawalich, 3 laps down now. Ben Rhodes back on the lead lap. He's in 31st spot, sorry. So there's your Matt Crafton in 28th. There's your lineup. I think it's already changed. But Nick Sanchez, remember, he pit before the stage 1 ended. So he jumped the stage. Now he's up front. And nobody really took tires. So the first, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Dean Thompson took 2 tires. Taylor Gray took 2 tires. But from 7 on up, they are no tires. They get 3 weeks off before the next race. Isn't that crazy? Trucks, I tell you, the trucks are like a stepchild of NASCAR. They give them crap times like this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They're on FS1. You know, they start their playoffs. It's like, come on, guys. But this is the last race for them, for 3 weeks. So we'll be bringing you the finale, I guess, for NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series here very soon.
For the game in your area only on Fox. And the
2
Fox
more added
Sports
races for the 2025
Jason's trying to be super, though, isn't he?
He is, yes. Great infield scene here at Talladega. We talk a lot about the Boulevard. There's also, family areas out there as well.
So you don't have to get lost on the Boulevard. CW.
But there have been several people lost on the Boulevard over the years. This place is massive.
I know it's been a hassle for a lot of people.
And 1,000 acres dedicated to camping. It's a race fan's dream when you come to Talladega Superspeedway.
All right, coming for the choose. Obviously, as we've talked, Sanchez will inherit the lead. He is the control truck by his pit strategy, and I really like that. It'll be a short stage here, guys.
The choose here isn't nearly as critical as you might have it at other places. You might choose a teammate
There's another part of the Talladega infield that I love. Bill's Garage.
Lane
Big
Riggs
Bill's
that loves
celebrating Bill
RV
France
stops.
Sr. That is just a wonderful place to stop in, have a cold
Sponsor
beer,
the race,
and enjoy the race.
That
what do you have
paint
for us,
scheme
Mama?
is magic to that car.
I got the crew chief of the two of Nick Sanchez, Kevin Bono, Manuel Bono. We saw you guys come down early there. Was that part of the strategy the whole day, or is that just because, you know, you guys were running about 18th right there?
Yeah, no, definitely not the strategy. We were hoping to get some stage points in that first stage. We tried the top lane and pushed,
I like it,
the
Jake.
91, got a little loose, and we had all check up. So with being out of the stage points, kind of a no-brainer, just come, and we knew everyone was going to do fuel only, so we were even with everyone now and have the lead. So hopefully get some stage points in stage 2.
Thanks, guys. Nick wants to lead this race and control it from the front. Well, now he's right where he wants to be.
And, you know, that's just a great audible, I think, by Bono. They saw they weren't going to get those stage points. We saw him nearly get in a crash with Ryan Reed, but good call there. Ryan, what's happening down there, Regan?
Hulu? I got it. No, I
Well,
got
you got to see Williams while it's still on pit
TV.
road. Actually did not turn out to be a battery. They think it is the main
YouTube
power switch.
TV.
They're trying to change that out right now. And the 88 Matt Crafton, he made another stop on pit road as well with the hood coming up. They've been running hot. They actually removed the radiator fan completely to try and help cool that truck down just a little bit. They think it was blocking
Yeah,
air.
he's been hot, man. Hard not to take him.
So
What do you think
Wallace
about
going to
NASCAR
go
heading
4
back to
laps
Mexico?
down here.
That'll
Other
be
drivers
fun.
1 lap down. McGee
Something
and
new.
Sauter, they'll fight
We
for
got
the
a green
free pass.
flag coming up.
Here's Corey Heim radio, score 12.
I think the 17's got a tire going down in the left front. I mean, it's noticeably lower than anyone else's around us. Working pretty bad.
Something to watch.
Here we go.
Return to the green flag. Let's go racing, boys! Stage points in stage 1.
Taylor Gray
Unscheduled pit
pitting.
stop as we go green in stage 2. Sanchez Infinger out front.
Remove the fan to make it cooler.
Just don't need to make a mistake if you're Gray. You want to make sure you don't speed, make things worse.
I'm sure
saw
Suarez
that
will win
earlier.
that race. Tony
Ben Rhodes
Petty. Here
went
go
up on
down
the
the back
track.
stretch they go.
When he
2 by
wasn't
2
supposed
all
to,
the
got
way
a penalty
back.
and come back to pit road. He's been able to overcome all that, though, back on the lead lap and in the lead draft.
A nice push from Majeski to the back of Sanchez. Zilich continuing to do a nice job. 3rd truck in line on the outside. That 7 truck.
28
You know what,
laps
Phil?
of
I want
85.
my young guy to run on the bottom. See what that
Complete
feels like.
7
Get up on
laps
top,
complete
run
in
out there,
stage
see how
2
your
of
truck
20.
handles, because you're going to need to be able to use both those lanes if you're going to have a chance to go win this race.
5 playoff drivers inside the top 10.
I know, Jake. That's what I'm thinking.
Wallace
But
Allen
you know
inside
it's going to
the top 5
happen.
in that 33 truck doing a nice job here at Talladega.
Now 6 playoff drivers top 10. 7 in the top 12. How about the 17, Mamba?
The 17 of Taylor Gray just came down after doing a great job in that first stage, getting some stage points. The team found a puncture in the left front tire. We got Goodyear engineers looking it over as well. So tough break for a group that was doing such a great job.
It ain't over, though, Mamba. He can still get back in the action. Look at that 3 wide, that outside lane forming. We've seen over the years, Phil, that outside lane work, get there eventually, but you just got to have the right circumstances. Stuart Friesen up there trying to drag him along.
One of those trucks right now that's in the 2nd lane would be considered the middle lane, may jump up there in front of Stuart Friesen. If he has a little bit of momentum, as we see the 91 of Ryan Reed hooked up
wide
with
back
Friesen,
there.
they may get a little more help on the outside if they can make up a little more ground.
What does that feel like for Friesen? You're cruising along and then
2
way
wide all the way
right
back to
backside, you get a little
14th
help
spot.
from someone in the draft.
It's so
Now the
difficult to
52
balance
opening
out.
on the
You need it.
outside
You want
line.
it, but you just want to make sure
Making
that
a
guy
3rd
behind you
line.
understands it's got to be a square push. If not, offset just a little bit to the right in order to keep you going straight. And these pushes and shoves
Yeah,
that
can't
we're
show
seeing
the
now,
race,
they're
buddy.
just going to intensify. It's going to get more and more aggressive as we go toward the checker.
And we've seen so many of them go
10
wrong
gifted
so many
memberships.
times.
Thank you, Rick.
Talk about Friesen, talk about Reed right behind him. Ben Rhodes back on the lead lap in the game. Runner up here the last 2 years. And right behind him, 4th in line, outside lane. That's the 45 of Caden Honeycutt. And he announced this week he will be back full-time with Nice in 2025.
Finger continuing to lead Sanchez.
Now just look at this. Look what Lane Riggs is faced with. Out his
Come
front
on, Lane
windshield,
Riggs.
he has Matt Mills. He can't see through that truck. Both trucks on the right and left, side drafting. It's so intense. We're talking 180 miles an hour, inches apart here at Talladega.
And managing that throttle and touching the brake as well.
And look at his hands. Also where that hands go, oh, look, Mills moving around. Those hands go in tune with the feet, too. You've got to adjust your steering at times when you let off the gas or get a push.
What a deal for Matt Mills. Lead all those laps in the opening stage.
Tried FX1
and
it's
you
not
win
supported.
the thing. Through the cycle of stops.
Yeah, we can't show
right
cams
in the
on
the
truck race.
Oh, and it's so
but thank you,
easy
Rick.
for someone to make a
Thank
mistake
you for all the
right
ones
here.
that are now members.
See, that outside line is making some progress. You
There
see
you go,
Friesen
Jeff.
up there leading Ryan Reed. Ben Rhodes along with him. I think it's just a matter of time, possibly before somebody will jump up there with him.
Come on, Lane. Go to the outside.
Now they're losing a little bit of ground.
It's always intense. Been 2 and 3 wide the entire way.
My heart rate went up riding with Lane Riggs, Adam. I've been there, done that, as
Not
has
Russia.
Phil. It's just nothing quite like the draft at Talladega.
Next time around,
Welcome,
8 laps
Holly.
to go.
Thank you,
Stage
Rick,
2.
again.
Grant Enfinger having a great day. Up front with Garcia, Allen, Sanchez, and Dean Thompson. We go side by side on FS1.
All right, side by side, another commercial break. Thank you guys for tuning in On the Go at CeeLo. We are on lap 32, 12 laps complete of 20 in stage 2. Really short race, guys. But Grant Enfinger continues to lead. They're starting to bubble up a little bit. Lane Riggs stuck in that middle line, right down there by Crafton and Danny Dye on that 43 car. So looking for Lane Riggs. Let me scroll through the field here a little bit. There's Riggs in 22nd spot. He's kind of stuck. There's Danny Dye on the inside as well. But there's your 4 cars that are a lap down. Bailey Curry out of the race. William Swallowage, they're having issues with the battery, I guess. And the Taylor Gray, he had just pit as the race, the stage started. So who's your pick, CeeLo, to win the Truck Series Championship? Hard not to pick Corey Heim. Hard not to pick Christian Eckes. Hard not to pick Matt Majeski. Other than that, it's a crapshoot on who's that 4th guy going to be in the final in Phoenix. But we'll see what happens as it's getting a little dicey here. The 13 car, Jake Garcia, pushing Enfinger a little loose there on the inside line as he's going down the backstretch. They're into turn 4. Let's see if MRN's talking now.
No, what is Love's RV Stop? Yeah, so Love's RV Stop is we have
Thank you, Chase.
Full hookups at
Tomorrow will be a
number
different
of places
story.
out there. So
who's
what
having
really
battery
great for
issues?
is kind of that,
Swallowage.
if I'm traveling the highway and I'm looking for that one-night stay, our smaller hookups work perfect for that.
Of course, they're interviewing about Love's Truck Stop.
You've got your 30, 50 amp power. You've got your dump. You've got your
FS1, Richard.
Wi-Fi. So, and then with the store, we've got fuel, propane, showers inside if you want to do that, laundry. So really a one-stop shop for the RVer.
What separates Love's RV Stop from the rest?
Oh, I think we were just talking about this. One of the big things that we do that's unique.
Well, they're not talking racing, but we got back to the live audience.
2:25, Grant Enfinger and Nick Sanchez duking it out at the front. There'll be 5 to go this time around.
Grant has done a nice job trying to manage the front of the field there. Obviously, Nick was able to get side by side with him, but he was
you need Charlotte Motor Speedway's lug nut mascot doing some dancing on for the NASCAR races. There you go. I don't know.
We talked earlier in qualifying about getting track position and controlling the race. This is a perfect example of a driver controlling the race, what Grant Enfinger is doing here at Talladega. Now, will it work all the way to the finish? Time will tell, but he's done a great job thus far.
Talladega has not been good to playoff drivers. Not only have they never won here, the most we've had finish in the top 10 ever is 5. 6 playoff drivers in the top 10 right now, and they look good at the front. But look outside in that second row in the outside lane. That's Connor Zilich in the 7. Had never been to this place, and boy, has he been so impressive in that 7 for Spire.
Nothing that young man is doing is surprising to me. We've seen him dominate in the ARCA Series in the races. Went to Michigan for his first ever intermediate start, won that race. He's won the 24 Hours of Daytona, the 12 Hours of Sebring. It's just amazing what that youngster is able to do.
There's a 17. I wanted to show you him because look at this snarling pack coming at him. And this 17 is a fast truck. He's going to want to make sure he tries to blend and get ahead of Johnny Sauter. Can he do it, and can they avoid crashing?
Well, we need to guard it. We need to stay ahead of him if we can. I'm just saying, how much risk do you want to take to do it? I mean, you just got to look into your crystal ball to know how many other opportunities we're going to have because, yeah, 10-4, I agree, bud.
That's the question I just posed. How do you go about getting in line and getting ahead of Johnny Sauter? I think he's got to hug the bottom and use that lane in order to try to get where he wants to be.
I think if he stayed on the outside, both lines would just drive by him. I think you're exactly right, Michael. Try to stay in the bottom. If he stays in the middle now, that could cause some really havoc.
And the spotters helping him make that
when
decision.
When does the big wreck come? I don't know. They were getting dicey there.
Just like we saw Eckes last year, the bottom would have been a safer route.
3 to go here.
Sometimes
we'll see what happens here.
I think he's going to stay down there, though.
Crowd's coming up on a lap traffic car
down, but he's right
17, Taylor Gray trying to stay one lap down.
Should go right by the 17. Here it is, 2.5 to go.
Oh, they're going between them.
They split him.
Right in the middle. And he's got to keep his eye on that 16 truck. Maybe by the time the 16 of Johnny Sauter gets there, he will be back up to pace, and it looks like he is up to pace.
Oh, and Matt Mills tries to get in a hole that's not there.
Matt Mills
almost
nearly
lost
sideways, hangs onto it in the trial.
Oh,
Matt Mills. Oh, there goes Nick Sanchez.
Caution out for the second time today, first time for incident. And I said Sanchez can't hang on, but boy, he brought it around in a much better position than I thought he would. The 99 Ben Rhodes, the 77 is
Ben
Chase
Rhodes
Purdy.
wrecked, Sanchez wrecked.
Sanchez,
well,
you
he's
can see damage on that right side, left front. I'm going to tell you what, Connor Zilich did a nice job avoiding major contact.
And again, it's relative to Taylor Gray trying to get back in line, but he didn't do anything wrong. He had to be somewhere.
And it just disrupted things at the front of that pack. And we saw how on the edge of control everyone was anyway. And when that went wrong, when they had to deal with that, trucks just got out of whack.
Pretty well executed by Taylor Gray, who has scored the first truck 1 lap down and should get the free pass here. And this caution will end our second stage. Tomorrow? With Grant Enfinger out front. How about this? Enfinger comes into the race 11 points below the cut line. He gets 9 points in stage 1. He gets max points here in stage 2. It's his second stage win of the year and the first time he's done it in the playoffs. Let's go back and watch what unfolded.
Matt Mills right there.
And this is where it all begins. He just tries to squeeze down. Is that Stefan Parsons in the Bob Sales truck? Squeeze down in front of Stefan. They got by with that, but that just tells you how disruptive things were. And as we go up toward the front of the battle, you can see Sanchez and Zilich squeezing together. Johnny Sauter squeezes through on the outside with Ben Rhodes and Chase Purdy into the wall. I just feel like if you watch,
I don't know, man. The one side of the car,
Mills and Stefan getting together.
Got a
nice save by Matt Mills after that contact.
Zilich just gets into the back of the 2.
And he also got into Enfinger. I wonder if Enfinger's right rear tire is going to be okay.
I believe those trucks are both repairable, and we know how important this draft is. They could get right back in this game, but I think that's a mistake by Zilich. A little bit more closing run than I think he thought he had on Sanchez.
I wonder.
Right into the
you know, Michael, he may have been pushed by the 19 of Christian Eckes.
Let's see what Daniel Dye saw. Look at this.
Got a truck go down through the grass with a nice save.
Brett Holmes in the 32, right there.
Boy, Enfinger was really fortunate as well.
I mean, Zilich and Sanchez
got into his finger.
And I believe they can repair those trucks. We'll see. A little bit more damage on that left side than I thought.
Think about the turn of events, though, for Sanchez. He stays out. They play the strategy. You gain the track position. You're a couple laps from maybe winning a stage.
It was working. The strategy worked.
Instead, you get wrecked, you get no stage points, and now you put yourself behind for the remainder of the race. won the season opener in this format at Daytona, also won Memorial Day weekend
there goes my
Charlotte Motor
dark horse.
Speedway. Did the second-year driver from Miami, Nick Sanchez.
I don't think that truck's in bad shape, Phil. Sanchez and Zilich both, I think, can still contend.
And how about Grant Enfinger as we come down to finish this second stage? It will be a 19-point two-stage effort for Grant Enfinger.
Controlling the race.
I was going to say,
just what he set out to do.
Depending on what we see here in regard to pit strategy, he may be the guy that's in charge when we go green in the final stage as well. It's all you can ask for.
But I tell you what, Adam, I don't care how in charge you are. As these laps wind down, they're going to try to replace your charger, make you just a part of the story, not the charge guy.
Someone else to give some credit to, Christian Eckes, didn't qualify great today. In fact, the worst of our playoff drivers. He was stuck back there in the trouble portion of the draft in that opening stage, but was able to rally to finish third in stage 2. Let's hear from Matt Mills' radio.
That's a 75, or is that Bailey? No, that didn't let me down right there. Man, I'm not sure. The 17 was getting lapped and decided to fan out and try to block the whole track. Yeah, that never worked out.
Yeah, I think we kind of talked about that was going to cause chaos, and that's just exactly what happened.
3 playoff drivers get points in stage 1, 5 of them in stage 2, and stage 2 ends under caution because.
All right, let's listen into the 9 to see if they're talking anything about that tire, because I mean, he touched him. We'll see if they say anything about him. Anybody talking to the round of 8?
All right, we're in real good shape. We'll come down on 1 to go and top off. And let me get a water bottle on 1 to go. Tear off water bottle, 1 to go.
He said 1 to go.
All yellow.
Water bottle. So let's go back to Enfinger, see if he has anything to say. Enfinger being pretty quiet. I guess when you're P1, you don't have to say much. Jake Garcia in 2, Christian Eckes 3, and then back in 6th is Raj Caruth slowly coming up. Heim time in 7th, Ankrum in 9th. There's your playoff runners, and then Majeski way back in 15th spot. So there is your playoff drivers. I don't think there's anybody else.
Remember, when we enter pit road, it's the outermost right lane, and then come down.
This is Enfinger. They're talking to Enfinger here.
You can be middle, but don't be on the left lane is what I'm trying to say. Yep, copy. Yep.
So, pit stop's about to come up here. Stage 3. All right, now here everybody is. Every time we say, what are you staying with? Who you picked? I picked Lane Riggs. Lane Riggs slowly moving up from the 12th spot. I'm staying with Lane Riggs. Who do you guys have? You gonna change your pick? Are you staying with who you had? Are you changing your pick? On the go at CeeLo right here in stage 3. We allow you to change your pick in stage 3, but this is where you keep your pick for the rest of the race. Who do you have? Who you got? What happened to Chase Purdy? Purdy got left out, and he just never got back on the draft. He went out. Now he's 3 laps down, so I'm not sure what happened to Chase Purdy. I remember seeing him go out to the outside, and then no one helped him. Jake's going Enfinger, still high on Honeycutt. Lapis says Terry's going the 9 as well. Steve's saying the 11 Heim time, staying with Majeski for Lloyd. At a red light, so not talking. All right, man. Desert Fox going Heim time. Purdy was in a wreck. Okay, thank you for that. Heim is my guy, Desert Fox says. Matthew says 71 in the final 4. Wow, that would be something. Raj Caruth finds himself. Does he win the race to get in the final 4? Or does he points his race way in? Pretty crash with Ben Rhodes. Thank you, Jermaine. Thank you for that. Cole says, I always stay with my pick, especially when I'm mining for gold with the Streamlab Pirates. That's right, man. Yeah, so those mini games, guys, you can play. Dobson's going to 7. So, man, that'd be a pick right there if the 7 comes back and wins it. Corey Heim should win this race. Himes really hasn't been a factor all day.
2024 Toyota Tacoma.
Just put all that in your garage, baby.
Why not? It'll look good parked there together.
Jeske if Crafton is not still in.
Talladega infield.
2 stages in for the trucks at Talladega. Grant Enfinger has been the man. Nice effort there in stage 2 for Christian Eckes as we highlight our playoff drivers.
Birdie.
How about Jake Garcia, Dean Thompson, who was 3rd here last year, all delivering some stage points.
Lawless Allen, 10 stage points so far.
You're welcome, Lloyd. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Raja Caruth came in below the cut line. He picked up 5. Connor Zilich coming down before the pit lane is open. Want to make sure they've got that thing where it needs to be after some damage in that crash.
That's a high-speed front straightaway tri-oval spin and crash that Connor Zilich looks like pretty much has escaped. Maybe checking the alignment of the front end.
Families affected by Hurricane Helene urgently need support. Help the American Red Cross provide meals and shelter to these families. Donate today to Hurricane Helene by going to redcross.org or by calling 1-800
That's a quick race.
Red Cross.
9 is my pick, Cheryl.
Got to give a shout out to so many
Carlos,
in our NASCAR community that have reached out and gone above and beyond to help all those after Hurricane Helene hit so hard here in North Carolina, western North Carolina, East Tennessee, and our thoughts and prayers with all those involved.
Yeah, the race team stepping up and donating millions of dollars. Greg Biffle's been flying back and forth, taking supplies and rescuing people. Just story after story about our community helping out, and it's just so touching and thinking about all the folks that were so affected by that terrible storm.
That's the one thing I love about our community, though. When something happens like that, they're right there.
Yeah, it was crazy. Falcons won.
It's official. Taylor Gray did get the free pass. Want to make sure that we give that officially to him. So he'll go back to the lead lap for the final stage. And Ben Rhodes involved in the crash has been released.
Pit stops here. Enfinger bringing him down.
Enfinger leads him down. Pit stops at the end of stage 2.
Remember, Jeff Stanker was fuel only. That first pit stop for Grant Enfinger going to go to the right sides.
Looks like maybe 4 tires, Phil. They're sliding one over the wall there.
Denny for the win. B. Thomas,
maybe their final pit stop.
Get out. We see the 71 of Roger Caruth coming in for his stop. A little bit more aggressive. The crew asked him to get into it. He did, and they are doing any adjustments. The truck is right where he wants it. Regan?
19 to Christian Eckes doing a nice job getting those stage points. That was a priority when the day started. Right now, truck is good. He just had trouble getting through the pack in that first run. And the 18 of Tyler Ankrum still too loose getting into the corners, but way tight on exit right now for him.
Race on pit
2
tires
for
Caruth maneuvering
Daniel
around
Dye,
traffic
no
as the
tires,
first off.
11 spots.
He got 2 tires. Fuel only for Daniel Dye, who was
And
second.
there's my boy Riggs.
Riggs takes 2 tires. He is 3rd. Thompson and Heim, the next 2 off. Eckes, the first of those drivers that got 4 tires. And look at this for playoff driver Tyler Ankrum. That was tight.
All right, so we have some moves here to stay up front. We'll see what Danny Dye on top. 10 spots up for Danny Dye and my boy Lane Riggs. 2 tires. 2 tires for Lane Riggs. Now the top guys like Grant Enfinger and Eckes and all those guys, they all took 4 tires. Heim as well. So we'll see how this is. Good morning, NASCAR freaks from Australia. Paulie, what's going on? Good to see you as well. But thank you guys for hanging out here this afternoon. I knew it would be kind of a low crowd, but trucks are always kind of a roller coaster. One day it's a poppin', one day it's not. But when you start at 3:15 in the afternoon, not really going to get too much. But tomorrow afternoon, we'll be bringing you the NASCAR qualifying on our channel. So make sure you check us out for that. And then we'll bring also the NASCAR Xfinity Series tomorrow. The United Rentals 300 or 250 from the Talladega Superspeedway. We'll have the cams and the audio and all that stuff. So we're looking forward to that. And then Sunday, we'll be bringing you the Yellowwood 500 right here on our channel as well. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you notification bell. All those streams for tomorrow will be up tonight. I'll be putting those all together. I just haven't had a chance. It's been really busy this week with baseball and work and all that stuff. Nice FedEx hat. Thanks, Chase fan. Appreciate it. I don't get to wear it much. So when I get the opportunity to wear a FedEx hat on this stream, I do. Of course, if you guys know, anytime we hit a milestone on our channel, if we get to 24,000 this weekend, I will not wear Denny stuff next week. That's the rule I have with our Denny fans that don't like Denny. And it's a going trend, but I like when I can't wear Denny stuff. That means our channel's growing, and it makes us another milestone. That I'm fine with that. So if you can get us to 24,000 by the end of the race on Sunday, no Denny next week. I promise you that. So we're going to the Charlotte Roval next week. We'll be doing the same stuff here as we did this week. Preview vlog next Friday. And then I haven't really looked at the schedule. I don't know if there's a Friday, anything Friday or not, but definitely Friday and then Saturday, Sunday. So Chevy's to the front. So there it is. Ryan Reed, Raj Caruth. He took 2 tires. And he is out front. Danny Dye in 43rd spot. Lane Riggs, my boy, with that race sponsor on his truck, bringing back the old decal from 2 weeks for 2 weeks, winning the races. And then last week, what did I say? Why did you take away Loves off the truck? It's going to jinx you. And it did. He didn't win, but insane marketing tactics, I know.
NASCAR fan, Talladega Superspeedway. Today, hosting the round of 8 opener.
Yeah, Ryan
for the
Reed,
Craftsman
watch
Truck
out.
Series. You're watching the Loves RV Stop 225 on FS1.
Ryan Reed, that 91.
With Michael Waltrip, Bill Parsons, I'm Adam Alexander. Regan Smith, Mamba
They're not
Smith
big
on the
Hamlet
pit
fans
lane.
at all.
And we are ready for the stretch
NASCAR
run.
new rule next year.
And so far,
for
so good when you talk about activity on track for the
when
tailgaters.
the pack is going to the pasture.
See
Exactly,
some folks
David
coming
Clark.
to pit road here.
Don't
as
try
we
to
come
sneak
one
your
to
way
go.
in there.
We wondered if a lot of people would stop now and try to stretch it and make it from here to the end. I don't see any of our front runners doing that, guys.
But you got to figure, Phil, we were just getting some notes from our stat guys of how many cautions are in this final stage. Like 5 and 6 the last 2 years. Therefore, that means a lot of yellow flag laps.
That's right.
Maybe they figure they can make it from when they stopped on lap 43.
And people, the crew chiefs and the engineers, they always plan on going further than they know they can. Because when the caution comes out, it gets them closer to that number.
And we know we ran a full green 20 laps.
Zillage driving
and
number
many
7,
caution laps
Justin
and pace
Allgaier.
laps
This is not
that first go
Xfinity,
round, so
Jim.
they have a
This
great
is
feel
Craftsman Truck
for their
Series.
fuel mileage as well.
What's your evaluation
Allgaier
of
is
the
in the
2 truck?
NASCAR
Involved in
Xfinity
that
Series.
crash, been down a few times.
Nick
This
Sanchez
is a critical
back into
area.
the
Just
pits.
got to make sure as that truck goes into the corner, that body doesn't shift over and rub on that tire. So if they get this done, you can see the right side's perfectly clean. If they get this tire clearance well enough, then I think this truck can still go win the race. Remember what happened? This was a major crash where these guys didn't get major damage. Sanchez right there gets a bump right in the back from Zillage. Maybe Zillage a shove from Eckes. We saw how tight those trucks were. And then wildly, they just slowly slide toward the start-finish line and then get heading in the right direction.
By the way, the clock has expired. The damaged vehicle clock has expired for Johnny Sauter, so he is now out of the race. Here's 2 radio.
Still a long time. A lot of stuff's still going to happen here. We just need to try to chip away one at a time. We'll get back where we need to be.
4, remnants of Daytona and a good way.
One area of the truck. If they got that cleared, I'm sure they're confident
Getting
they did.
close to
Now he's
Heim
got
time.
more
That's right,
gas,
Georgia
so
Shine.
that could play into
Five.
the cards as well. Lots going to go on.
Johnny
I love
Slaughter
what the
is
spotter
out,
and the crew
yes.
chief said. Many moving parts and
All right,
pieces
so
to
let's
this
see what
story yet to be
happens
told.
here. Caruth,
Roger
Daniel
Caruth
Dye, a couple
really
guys
doing
with
some
no
good things in
tires.
the playoffs. Top 7, last 2 races. And
me
has
too,
been
Jim.
great in the draft
Lose
this
track
year.
of
3rd
days.
at Daytona to begin 2024, 8th at Atlanta in the 2nd week of the season. And he'll be in charge of the field as we return to the
Here we
green flag for
go.
the final
Bucket it.
stage. To his right, another second-year driver, Daniel Dye, made the playoffs, but eliminated last week at Kansas Row 2. The playoff sensation who's not a playoff driver, Lane Riggs, inside of Christian Eckes.
Come on, Lane Riggs.
Enjoy it. We're going green once again at Talladega.
Going into turn 1. Riggs pushing Caruth. And Eckes goes low. Danny Dye goes low. And he takes the lead.
Eckes sliding down to the low lane behind Daniel Dye. His teammates out front of the restart.
Oh, Lord.
It looked like he wanted to get by his teammate on the inside, but Daniel shut the door.
Stephen Parsons with a big shove on the back of Grant Enfinger in that outside lane.
They don't have a lot of help up there right now, do they, Michael? Remember, the 43 of Daniel Dye started at the back of the pack. Did not make a qualifying run.
Remember, the 38 of Scott Riggs started at the back. Lane Riggs started at the back of the pack. He did not make a qualifying run.
Go, Lane Riggs.
These two trucks now up inside the top 5.
This is not a new story for Daniel Dye. Got his first career top 10 at Talladega last year. Finished 6th after qualifying 29th.
See, the outside line starting to get a little more organized, a little more help up there.
Stay in line, Lane.
And Matt Kraft,
high side. Don't go to that high side.
Green truck.
They're not ready for you.
Is just sitting there watching this front pack, and you can see some trucks falling back.
He
they
said
know
Scott
what's coming,
Riggs.
and
Yeah,
so
he
they're
did.
just trying to find them some space in order to miss spinning trucks when it goes down. This was so close right here, Phil.
Yeah, I thought the 19 was going to try to go by the 43. When he pulled to the inside, then Daniel said, well, I'm going down there too, and it was close.
I think he was trying to go by. Daniel got down there quick enough.
48 laps complete of 85. Here we go, guys.
I don't know if the radio said all clear, but if that was the message from the spotter stand, it couldn't have been emphatic.
So single file the first 4 cars, and then they're double 2 all the way back.
Still up toward
Single
the top
file for the
5,
first
leading that
1, 2,
outside
3,
lane.
4 cars.
Got some work to do, though. We haven't seen big runs from the outside all day.
They have enough trucks out there now, Michael, to make a difference if they can.
Here comes Infinger with 4 fresh tires.
Christian Eckes now is
Eckes goes high.
I was thinking if one of those trucks in front of them jump to the outside, that'll change the game.
Now they're 2 by 2, all the way back.
Eckes felt like his path to the lead was jumping to that outside lane. Lots of energy there.
Coming through the
going around
tri-oval.
his teammate Daniel Dye, and he's got drafting help from Grant Enfinger, who's been outstanding all day long.
I think Eckes realized that the 9 truck was out there, and he knows how strong that truck has been this race.
In the
just
pylon,
running right now. He just
drivers highlighted in yellow.
trying to stay in the top 5 here.
Currently 3 of them up
2
there.
by 2, all the way
top
to
5, 4
turn,
the top 10.
backstretch.
We're not used to seeing very many playoff drivers finish in the top 10 at the end of these races here lately.
Who? Clay Greenfield. Who's that?
Eckes has led that outside line up there to battle for the lead with Daniel Dye.
I love those young drivers inside lane. Daniel Dye, second-year guy. Raja Caruth, second-year guy. And Michael talked about the
got
rookie
kicked out of the playoffs last
Lane
week.
Riggs. 35 laps remaining at Talladega for the trucks. Eckes up front with Dye, Enfinger, Caruth, and Stephen Parsons.
All right, let's see what MRN's doing.
Panel out front actually thought about getting in front of Eckes, now hugs it down low. Eckes with a good run with some help from behind from Grant Enfinger.
Last lap, 185 miles an hour, and they're racing inches apart at the front of the field. Daniel Dye to his outside, it's Eckes. Behind those two, it's Raja Caruth and Grant Enfinger.
Hammer down and
not yet,
the whip
F3.
as they hit the banking in turn number 1. To the outside goes Christian Eckes. He'll break free into the open air. Will he cross over? Yes, he will. Back down to the bottom of the racetrack with the lead.
And that leaves Grant Enfinger to lead the outside lane. Not so fast. Here's Eckes from the bottom. He'll jump topside, throw the blank on, throw the block that is on Enfinger. That leaves Daniel Dye to lead the lane down low. Here they come into turns 3, 1.
Okay. Come on, MRN.
One more time, Dye is definitely dueling with Christian Eckes. That's for the top spot. Here comes Grant Enfinger, still trying to get something going in that middle lane. Still trying to get
has he ever? I don't know. That's a good question, T-Man.
Side by side with Raja Caruth. Lane Riggs making some noise now from the 5th position.
34 laps to go. Cole Custer, reigning Xfinity Series champion, sitting up here in the booth with us. And Cole, you're keeping your eye on, the front of the draft, but also there's some movers now.
Well, it's the last stage, and they're pushing and shoving and blocking, and it's getting crazy. And a lot of these guys, some of these playoff guys, Taylor Ankrum in 19th, Ty Majeski in 22nd, Nick Sanchez 23rd, Taylor Gray 24th. They are in the danger zone. So one wrong move, they're going to be right in the thick of an accident.
I don't think Allgaier has, like Junior never had. Junior never raced in the truck.
Running 20th.
Really?
on back. Ankrum, Sanchez, Majeski, and Taylor Gray.
Interesting.
At the front of the field, Raja has make that Christian Eckes has taken over as the race leader. Up in the banking, off the banking, back to the trial. Will they come, Alex Hayden?
You got to give credit to Grant Enfinger. The Alabama native was on that outside lane on that last restart, dropped way down the running order. Finally, by using the air and using his wit and will, he's been able, Dave, to work his way back up to the second spot.
He's done a really nice job, and you're exactly right. He's had a really good race truck to help him. Right now, he follows in the tire tracks with Christian Eckes. Top 5, top 6 now, lined up nose to tail.
Our side-by-side battle now is for 7th. Stephen Parsons will lead that outside line. He's up against Corey Heim, midway down the back straightaway. Everybody else on the bottom in lockstep formation behind race leader Christian Eckes.
Stephen Parsons, who spent most of the race outside
on pit road, no mistakes here.
Generate some momentum.
A group of them came, so there'll be a group of them go out together, so they'll be able to run faster than those single trucks. So I think it's a good call by these guys.
Bunch of group guys came into pit,
some
got
of
some
it
gas.
was planned, and some of it was said when somebody comes follow.
Lap 54.
I think there's another load of trucks that are going to try to
Majeski
go
is in. Lane Riggs is in.
a long way in this thing, and see if that plays out as well. It's going to be interesting to see how many people stay
Green
out.
flag
This is
pit
a great
stops
line
beginning.
of trucks right here drafting. That's maximum speed there, maximum velocity with that tight line of trucks, single file.
The first 13 cars here are single file. 13 cars.
A bunch of Chevys
as they
at the
go
front
in
of the field right now.
to the trial.
Christian Eckes, playoff
No, I'm sorry, turn
so
1.
Close to the championship 4 a season ago. The 19 leading the way right now.
What's up, Andrew? Good to see you. Where's the truck 22 at?
Was able to lead this race last year, late in the going, had to get away
There
from
is
him.
Jason White. He's in 19th spot.
Excuse me, Adam, go ahead.
6 laps led today for Eckes. He's led 852 laps so far this season. In fact, he's led at least 1 lap in every race this year. Impressive campaign for him, no doubt.
When scoring recycles, we'll get a good idea on how fast that other pack that pitted is going.
Right now, Lane Riggs leads.
That would be cool,
group.
Scott Riggs out there.
They're off of turn 4. There's Lane, or excuse me, off turn 2 on the back stretch. There's Lane pulling them along.
Yeah, it'll take another lap or so before they are able to see what kind of lap times they're able to run. You saw Lane Riggs leading that pack. Here comes the pack led by Eckes.
We saw that first group pit under green. These guys are going to have to do it soon. Take us behind the wheel, Michael. The challenges of making a green flag pit stop at Talladega.
Communication, first of all. You've got to understand with your spotter who's pitting around you, when they're going to dive off the banks of turn 4. There's so much room to the inside, Adam. Get low in a hurry. Get as low as you can, as fast as you can, in order to avoid someone running into the back of you. And then, like Phil said a minute ago, last pit stop, no mistakes. We don't want to speed.
Look at all those Chevys
in our box so our crew can execute.
And then Jake Garcia and Lawless Allen.
Half a second of what our lead group is running. So they right now are 36 seconds in arrears. So they should be comfortable to run a good while before they would be in danger of going a lap down. See Charles tonight,
eventually all these
chief
guys
for
have to
Christian
come in and
Eckes.
pit.
He has a plan.
I wonder if I texted him, he'd share it with us.
I probably would.
Yeah, I probably would.
Grant Enfinger doing a nice job staying right in line there with Eckes, as well as Daniel Dye, the 43.
Hitting that like
Raj
button,
out of the
keep hitting that
71, as you mentioned,
subscribe.
Adam.
We're
A lot
trying
of
to get to 200
Chevrolets.
likes.
Here they come. Here, watch
Here
the rest
is
of them are
all
coming
those
down.
Chevys.
No mistakes, no wrecks.
Oh,
no speeding either.
I don't know.
I bet
I don't
Cruz
think he
got
got to slow
speeded.
down. Now he's going to need to get some tires. If their plan was just gas only, you saw that left front pop on the 71 truck. Mamba.
71 was smoking when he came in the pits.
71 come down. It looks like a left front tire is low now, sliding down into the pit entry. They got to adjust and change for that. But a little bit hang up because they weren't 100%.
They're going to lose the draft because of that spin.
Down and away.
Because he was smoking the tires.
Tyler Ankrum, it was a precise 5 seconds of fuel. That's exactly what he needed in the 19 of Christian Eckes. This was part of the plan. Let the first wave pit come as the second wave. That way you can protect your truck just a little bit.
A few drivers have stayed on
That's
track.
a little bit fast. I'm surprised he didn't get caught speeding.
Look at the damage for the 77 of Chase Purdy.
Tried to repair that truck. You see the tape on it. And now he's got a right front flat, it looks like. Here's what we expected or suspected. Raja Caruth just doesn't get her slowed down in time to make pit road speed.
And flattens the left front tire, doesn't he, Michael?
Yeah, he slid at the left front tire till it popped right about there. And then the team was just going to gas and go, and they saw the tire was flat, and they had to regroup. Whoa, that is such heads up driving by Caden Honeycutt. Grant Enfinger had to change lanes.
Yeah, there was contact. You see, Daniel Dye was going to try to come as well. Realized he was too fast. Gassed it back up.
Man, there's a lot of things going on in pit road.
Watch that white truck right there. Norm Benning, he gets turned around.
Stephen Parsons coming out of his box.
It looked like Stephen was coming out of his pit box and got into Norm as he was trying to get into his.
Remember when Brad Keselowski was racing here at Talladega, coming onto pit road in the Cup race, gets hit, spins right into his pit stall, they service it, and he drives on.
Lane
Riggs
was trying
pushing
to get
Garcia,
the 13
who's a lap
Jake
down.
Garcia looked like he had room.
Or no, he's in ninth.
Shut the door.
Sorry.
This is tight. The 38 gets a run to the inside of Garcia. Garcia blocks him. I think that's wise that Lane fell in behind him. He don't want to get a penalty at this point.
Wow. Yeah, you don't want to put it in NASCAR's hands on having to make a call. They can also say that the 13 forced him down there and black flag him.
Serving his pass-through penalty for that speeding violation that we documented on Raja's pit stop.
Good news for him. Was able to collect some stage points today, and that benefits you if you don't have the outing you would have liked. Stage points can bail you out at a place like Daytona or here at Talladega.
Just had a pit stop.
See if Stephen had any damage
due to the pass-through penalty for speeding.
Yeah, he got a little bit of that damage with the contact with Matt Mills earlier. See a lap truck trying to get down in between these four trucks, and you see the faster trucks going around the outside of them.
Top three trucks yet to make a pit stop.
What about that?
Sutton and Maggio. They still have to come to pit road. Behind them, Honeycutt, Sanchez, Enfinger, and Eckes could be battling for the race lead when we return to Talladega with 24 to go.
So those guys got in and out before Riggs and them that was riding together could get together and come around. Let's see what MRN's got to say.
NASCAR champions on the track for over 20 years.
They're at a commercial break too. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button for us as they're doing side by side right here, trying to get to 200 likes. We appreciate. Did someone get penalized? Oh, big wreck! Big wreck into turn 3. Huge wreck. Let's see. Ankrum is involved. Who else? The 5 of Dean Thompson is involved. The cars that were riding together were the 5, Dean Thompson, Matt Mills, Ankrum. I don't know if Zilich was involved. I think I can see the 13 of Garcia. And is that Lane Riggs? Dang. Those guys were pushing each other. Lane Riggs is in the wreck as well. My goodness. It was those pack of cars that were riding together so long. See what Lane Riggs got to say here. But yeah, that pack of cars, that was Matt Mills, Dean Thompson, Corn Zilich, Taylor Grant, and Lane Riggs is wrecked. Something happened. We'll see what happens when they come back. But Riggs is not talking on the radio either, so yeah, he was my pick, Rick. Just saw the wreck. They were swirly. Riggs was pushing Garcia, and Garcia's back end was not steady at all. And you don't think the front 3 did not pit, so they're going to get lucky here with the caution. Somebody got too many Wendy's biggie bags. Caruth got a penalty. Yeah, he had a pass-through penalty because he was speeding when he came into pit. So we'll see where Caruth is now. Carruth 1 lap down. And Connor Zillage, Dean, and all these guys are at the bottom. Lane Riggs, Jake Garcia, Tanner Gray, Matt Mills, Dean Thompson, Connor Zillage, all in a wreck here. Let's listen in.
The day brings out our third caution and some big players involved.
Yeah, you can see here coming through the tri-oval, that's Stephen Parsons we're highlighting. He's pushing hard, Jake Garcia. And Jake has to back off the gas right there when Christian Eckes pulls up, and Stefan with nowhere to go. He was right on his bumper, and here they all go crashing. See, Tanner Gray into it, Matt Mills.
Connor Zillage back there, right side of your
Here comes
screen.
playoff driver Taylor Gray and Tyler Ankrum. All these trucks spinning. I think our 2 playoff guys here.
And it was Garcia.
Didn't have any damage to speak of.
Garcia, who was loose before. I saw it earlier.
When Eckes pulled up in front of him, and again, Stefan had no time to react.
Look at the 17 of Gray spinning in the dirt, but getting through there. I think he's going to be fine. Let's go on board with Lane Riggs and see what he sees. This is going to be a hard wreck. Man.
Yeah, the 13 had to step off because Eckes went in front of him.
Below Lane Riggs.
Makes my bones hurt just listening to it after all these years. There's the contact from
Parsons was pushing Garcia
into the back of
and when Eckes went in front of him,
of Jake,
Garcia got loose.
Good ground till Eckes pulled out in front of him. Watch Corey Heim drive by on the inside. Looked like Ankrum got down in the grass. He spun in the grass. I don't think there was any contact with the 18 of Ankrum.
Let's watch this black truck of Brett Holmes. Look at the job he does. He's up high in the middle of the crash, down low, barely gets through.
I'm telling you, I think Ankrum's going to be okay, guys. I don't think there's any damage.
I think it's the same for Gray, Phil. I think both of those trucks are going to be able to patch them up.
Yeah,
and
you're
go
right.
again.
It would have been a brutal hit because he would have gone straight
into
into the wall.
Pulled to the outside. Grant Enfinger actually pulled to the outside right in front of Eckes as well.
Those
That
split
sucks for Riggs.
decisions they make.
Strong.
Wow. Connor Zillage with heavy damage.
That's a couple outs.
As well, there's Lane Riggs.
Good to see these drivers
certainly
continue on, climbing from their trucks. It's not the first time today that
at
Taylor
the
Gray
hauler.
has had adversity. Here's 17 radio.
We have a whole meeting about this, and if everyone wants to act like a bunch of dumbass.
Breaker 19. We got a little bit of disgust, but Phil, you know this. You're out there by yourself. You got that button. You want to tell people how crazy things are, and you push it, and you tell everybody, and then we get to listen.
7's out.
The good news was back in the day, nobody was really listening to us other than our team.
I said some real dumb stuff. I can tell you that.
You look at the drivers involved, and you saw Tanner Gray going to the garage.
Yeah,
You know,
both
he
of mine
had
are
failed
done.
to complete only 2 laps this year coming into today's race.
Well, Sanchez
This
is in
will be his
P5.
5th DNF at Talladega in 5 races.
I don't know how,
Just
but he
such
is.
a tough venue. Dean Thompson, top 5 here a year ago. Talked about Lane
the
Riggs,
13
Matt
truck, they
Mills
need to
involved
fire.
after winning the opening
Yeah, he
stage.
blocked. He was
A lot
blocking.
of really good trucks.
Riggs
Drivers
was trying
that
to
no
go
doubt
around him
could have won today
a couple of times,
that
and
have
he
suffered
blocked him.
damage in this, our second crash of the afternoon.
That's a lonely sound, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not a
Hearing
good one either, is it?
that Truck hauled back.
Yeah,
Under
I'm
caution
shocked about
at
Sanchez.
Talladega. We ride on board with Lane Riggs. Watch and listen.
Yeah, when they were showing Riggs drafting with Garcia, and Riggs was the first time he tried to get him by him, and he blocked him. Riggs, Garcia's truck was really wiggly. And then right there, when Eckes moved in front of Garcia into the turn, I'm sure he slammed on the brakes, which got him loose as well as he was in the turn, and that hit him right into Riggs, and that caused the big wreck. So Riggs is done. Yep, he is done. But as what he was saying, who was saying that they saved? I mean, Emmett, was it Emmett that said that, or someone said that? Yeah, Emmett said, "Holy smokes, that would have been a brutal hit by Riggs on the wall if those trucks hadn't been there." So yeah, so a good point on that. Could have been a really, because he made a hard right turn to the wall in turn 3. So All right, y'all keep hitting that like button for it. Riggs is okay. He'll be okay. Hit that like button for us. We're trying to get to 200 likes. I don't know. Let me refresh this to see if we're at 200 likes. Nope, still at 196. So trying to get to 200 likes for us tonight. And we're getting there on our subs. We're almost to our 100 mark, 23,100. If you haven't hit that subscribe yet, make sure you do that too as well. We're 9 away from our goal of 23,100, and we're trying to get to 200 likes tonight on our stream. So if you haven't hit the like button for us, make sure you do that. As we're in the third stage here of the race, the Love's RV Stop 225. I was taking Lane Riggs because he had Love's on his truck, and he's been red hot in that truck, that sponsor. So, but I have Nick Sanchez now. So Nick Sanchez, P2 for Nick Sanchez. He is my dark horse. So we'll see what happens here. Caden Honeycutt up front, Nick Sanchez 2, Grant Infinger 3rd, Christian Eckes 4th, Stephon Parsons, he kind of started that as well. He was ahead. No, he was behind, I think, Garcia when that all happened. So he's there now in 5th. Stuart Friesen in 6th. Someone said that Stuart Friesen was going to win today. Are you still in the chat that said it was going to win today? Corey Heimtime there in 7th, just waiting on his time to go to the front. And then Taylor Gray in 8th. Matt Kraft at 9th. Ty Majeski. Quiet day for Majeski. He's in P10. So there's your top 10. Don't forget to do the thumbnail for the next. Oh, yeah, we'll have all the streams up by tonight. So all the streams will be up by tonight, guys. And look for those to be up on the channel. Also, I released a vlog yesterday if you haven't watched that. It's our 2 days at sea on our cruise vlog. So make sure you watch that for us. Give it a like and a comment. That would be awesome. I thought it was a pretty fun vlog, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you check out our paint scheme and race preview vlog as well. So you got plenty to watch tonight after the race is over. Thank you guys so much. Back to the audio.
2024 Toyota Tacoma. Under caution for the third time. When we return to the green flag, less than 20 to go. Caden Honeycutt leads at Talladega.
Well, we know it's not. There's going to be more than one caution. Let me add that. I said 5 cautions. I'm getting there. We're getting there. I said 5. We're at 3. And you know there'll be another caution. We're not going to go 20 laps here at Talladega and not crash. So 5 still looks promising. On everybody was 6 and 7. That's still promising as well. So we'll see what happens. How to not get sick on a cruise video, that would help. Yeah, right? Exactly. And I'm still, I have a lingering cough that won't go away. And I've been on steroids and antibiotics and cough medicine, and it still won't go away. But that's my asthma that I have. Still here, 52. There you go, Glenn. Yeah, great pick. Great pick. 52 freezing. Oh, all right. And just by the time I get well, we're going back on another cruise in November. So still, that's one powerful buffet. Oh, man, that buffet, dude. Every day, man. Food galore for days. And I kind of gave you all a tour of the buffet and what it looks like, where all the food is just for breakfast. Just amazing on how much food is on those things. But Padres lost Musgrove for the season. Wow. I still think that's okay, though. I think they're going to be all right. Right, David says. Floating Petri dish. 9 for the win, Richard says. Welcome in, Richard. Man, CeeLo, you've been on all those messages, and you still like Hamlin. You've been on all those messages, and you still like Hamlin. All those meds, I know, right? All those meds make me think correctly. 2 for the win, Kenneth Clark. Yeah, that's right, my dark horse. I hope so, Kenneth. We'll see what happens. Nick Sanchez. Just say away from the fish that's been out all day. Exactly, Major Kenneth Withrow. What happened to Eckes? No, he's fine. He's in P4. He kind of caused the wreck, but not really. But he went up in front of Garcia Garcia slammed on the brakes, got loose. He was already loose as it is. And Parsons, it was behind Garcia, tapped him, sent him into Lane Riggs, and the rest was history.
Care Center here at Talladega with Matt Mills. Matt, you led some laps early. What happened in that one?
I got a quick replay right there, but I don't know. I thought we were just gonna kind of ride there, and I don't know, someone threw a late block or whatever. 75 truck kept acting like he had a problem or something. Like, I don't know, he kept jumping out of line. I don't know if he had something going on or what. So we kept stacking the top lane, but that wasn't on him right there. That was just I don't know, a block gone wrong, or I don't know, way too aggressive to just be riding, or I don't know what happened right there. That's weird, but no, I hate it for JF Electric and Utility. We were finally gonna have a good day. I thought it's been a lot of ups and downs this year. Past 5 weeks have been nothing but downs, so I was hoping to pull something good out there. It was cool to get a stage win. Let's mark that off the bucket list. I was waiting to talk to Phil and Mikey up in the booth. They didn't want to talk to me, but we'll get ready for Homestead and just, try to find some momentum to go into next year.
Thank you, Matt. Regan?
Denny Bohm, the 44 back in 11th
you guys
spot.
came down pit road.
Right.
Worst case scenario, you get caught in a wreck. Is it best case scenario, though, that it was not that bad?
Yeah, no, we're in good shape. We had to do a little fender repair.
You like Corey Hine for the win, Ross?
Just do tire clearances, make sure everything was good, but we're back on track.
Like you eat breakfast
I think we're going to be fine.
buffet,
Go
then
race.
do a stuffed, and then
We'll be fine.
All right, good luck the rest of the way. Adam, I can tell you, Mark was right down here with a first-hand view of everything, coordinating his team. Very, very
All right,
coordinated by the crew chief here.
18
Mark,
to
a
go,
blue-collar
y'all.
crew chief, not afraid to get in the middle of it and make it all happen, and we'll see if his driver, Tyler
it's crazy,
Ankrum, can
Taj.
bounce back
I stopped
for
watching because I thought
adversity.
it was
We
over.
anticipate the green flag with 17 laps to go. Stephen Parsons going to come down
coming
the pit
in. Here we
lane,
go, green
front
flag.
row.
Here we go,
He's going to be kicking the honeycut, and how about Nick Sanchez? It's never over till it's over at Talladega. Here we go.
Come on, Nick Sanchez.
Taylor Gray up in the outside line there, also involved in a crash.
That inside line has been stronger than the outside line all day.
You know Eckes wants a do-over.
Eckes goes to the
so
high
bad.
in front of Nick
Shifts to the
Sanchez.
outside lane, and he's getting pushed by Sanchez. That thing is dancing around.
Eckes to 1,
Christian
Sanchez
Eckes
to
on
2. Matt Crafton trying to bring the third line on the outside.
Trying to get that outside lane formulated.
Thought he was going to have a little help. He does have a little help on Raja.
Look at Sanchez. Great move by Sanchez to get to the bottom.
Come on, baby, dark horse.
As he takes the lead and then flares up top, back in front of Eckes. He's going to work both lanes.
Try to manage both lanes, keep them both behind him.
That usually doesn't work in the trucks because the draft is so important. These closing rates are so fast. You can't just jump back and forth here.
Raja trying to make something happen in that outside lane.
What's up, Billy Bowles?
If you think this dancing is normal, it's not.
Oh,
the
Eckes
saves
almost
are just
lost
incredible.
it.
These guys have to make.
Like that one just right there
exactly
by
like
Christian
that
Eckes.
And they're not going to keep saving them, Phil. We know they're going to push harder and harder, and they're going to have another wreck.
Sanchez already involved in one wreck today, but he is the race leader. As we come to our Craftsman, 15 laps to go at Talladega Superspeedway.
Look at the push by Grant. Blocked
Here's
by
Infinger
Sanchez.
now. He's on the outside line. Nick Sanchez moves high to the block.
The pushes get harder. The holes get smaller that you drive into.
Infinger
and
goes
the blocks
low.
get bigger.
Sanchez goes low.
Let's go to Mamba.
Down here with Jake Garcia. Jake, you were making some moves towards the front. What happened in that one?
Yeah, just the push gone wrong there. The intensity was picking up a lot there at the end, and racing,
Sanchez through the grass.
That's kind of what you get when you put a bunch of trucks out there with restrictor plates
Dang.
180 miles an hour. So, it's just super speed racing. But I want to thank all my guys who had a really fast
Sanchez
truck, ran up front all day, and I want to thank Quanta Services. I want to thank Duke and Rhonda Thorson for giving me the opportunity, and I want to thank God for everything. And I just really thankful for this opportunity, and just hopefully we can move on. We got 3 more races, I think, to end of the year, so hopefully we can make the most of it.
Thanks, Jake. Adam, there's another incident on the track.
19
fourth
watts the
caution
field
of the
again.
day,
Great
Mamba.
job, Eckes.
Sanchez running out front, got away from him. They crashed back behind him. All this happening inside of 15 laps to go.
Wild spin by our leader, probably a push or a block like we stated. We saw him sliding way around that third and fourth turn. Phil, and for the second time today, that truck looks like its day is over, and they're going to put more tires on it and keep digging.
Keep digging.
Put some tires on it, son.
Mason Maggio, we saw for a moment with the
Could be more than
21
one
truck
caution.
with some damage.
Keith McGee in the 28. Good news there, climbing from his truck.
Some tires on that thing. Let's go. All right, let's see what happens here.
Talk about a push gone wrong or a
Finger.
block that was applied a little bit late. Let's see if we can see what happens here.
Oh, Eckes.
I think a push by Eckes.
Yeah, I think Eckes got into the back of Sanchez. And look at that slide. Oh, Keith McGee barely slipped by the two.
Sanchez didn't hit anybody, y'all.
Another competitor.
Sanchez didn't hit anyone.
There's another look at it. You see Enfinger pulls to the outside, and there's a push right there. Nick did his best to stay with
grass
it.
for a little bit.
He did a great job of fighting that thing.
That's twice today that he's been involved in a crash. Now, earlier he had some contact right here, stays off of everyone, but just remarkable.
Yeah, Eckes just pushed him.
Once it gets away from you at 180 miles per hour.
Way to go, Eckes.
See, I think it's a Daniel Dye that comes along and
great job.
That's Daniel.
Wow.
There was definitely contact. Turned him sideways into the grass, and he just kept with it. Great job. Great job by Daniel Dye.
Thank you for bringing us these great pictures, Daniel.
Danny Dye just almost took out Sanchez.
Pretty hard contact from the 28 truck right there of Keith McGee into Mason Maggio.
Look at the front of that truck.
What's up, Kelly? Good
Nick
to see
Sanchez radio.
Been using up all my lives here. Holy do anything wrong there, Derek, right? I held straight at the bottom and got hit. I don't get how we got turned around there. He was pretty straight on you, I thought, but it is what it is. It's behind us. We still got a race to run.
They're heading into turn 3. That's a pretty abrupt turn the other direction, and a push right there can go wrong in a hurry.
Sanchez came into the day 8 points above the cut line. No stage points today, but he's hanging in there. Grant Enfinger, Alabama's own, your race leader with 13 laps remaining.
All right, so Eckes pushed him away, but Nick Sanchez, what a ride for that son. He went slanted in the turn, went through the grass just a little bit in the turn, but didn't hit anybody. Daniel Dye almost took him out, but missed him. So put some tires on that, son. Let's go. Nick Sanchez, let's go to the front. Before you know it, he'll be back up in the top 5. McAnally Heigerman Racing, the same team Eckes and Dye are on. Ronnie says T-Van was wanting to know what team Reed is running for. Caruth is in 14th right now. So yeah, Caruth, he is now back on the lead lap after a speeding penalty after the first set of pit stops. He had to do a pass through. So he's back, and with this draft, you never know. He could be back in the top 5 here in just a second. But thanks, guys, for hanging out with us tonight. Happy TGIF. It's 5:26 Central Time, 6:26 on the East Coast. Appreciate everybody being here and hanging out with CeeLo here on this afternoon. Tomorrow, full day of racing, and then some baseball at night. So I hope you guys would love to join us. We're doing Dodgers-Padres tomorrow night on our channel, MLB Game Day 3D with the audio. So hope to see you guys here for Dodgers Padres tomorrow night after a day of racing. That's our full schedule. A triple header again on the Go at CeeLo. Mark says, what's up? Hello from Michigan. Good to see you. D Pope says, well, bomb isn't working. He's 15th, but hey, with this draft, anything can happen, right? When does the Xfinity race start? I believe it starts at 3 o'clock. Let me see. Xfinity race will start. Schedule. Talladega. 3 o'clock, so we'll be on at 2:30 Central. 2:30 Central. Appreciate you, CeeLo, brother. I got to watch my Tiger. No worries, Mike. Yeah, just the Dodgers-Padres season series works good for my schedule, so I don't have to worry about leaving early for work, and it's a night stuff, and it doesn't mess with racing either. So, okay, I grew up in Northwest Ohio with the big red machine. Boo, Dodgers. There you go. Yes, 3 o'clock Central. So we'll be on at 2:30 tomorrow, 2:30 Central for pre-race, and then 3 o'clock green flag.
Stop 225.
Doesn't it feel good to have a Friday afternoon affair?
Mm-hmm. Feels good for us. There's a few drivers in the field today that probably we're getting a little banged up. But for those watching and hanging in the infield,
they're watching us on that TV right there.
It gets no better.
That's a relaxing Friday afternoon right there.
It is indeed. Here's Mama.
Sitting on top of their RV with a fan and a
box
TV,
of the number 17
sitting in a chair. That's the life right there. That's what Tom's doing right now.
We talked a little bit ago, and I asked you, what do you got to do to get to back of the front? And you just said, we got to go. Well, apparently the message was received by your driver.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky. Anytime you can spin through the grass at Talladega and not have to pit, come out in the top 5, it's looks pretty good. But our place of hope, Toyota Tundra, has been really, really good all day. Taylor has drove a heck of a race.
Available for
Cut
trucks,
front tire
but
down there
Xfinity
at the beginning
tomorrow,
of the second
yes,
stage, had to come
Ricky.
in and lost all our track position, and we're just trying to make the best of what we got here. I think at Talladega anybody's got a shot, but guys did a good job over the wall with the repairs and got the left front changed there and everything. So heck, we'll just see what happens. But still, 5 laps is a long time at this place. But we'll see what happens. Everybody's done a good rate. Good job.
Thanks, Jeff. Mikey, have you ever slid through the grass
during the week,
Talladega
Billy,
and still had a shot at a win?
No, but I've done a lot of good things at Talladega and didn't win, and then I did some things that you didn't think you did the right moves, but you learn from them throughout the day. I think that's the key, just getting better every lap and being ready for the sprint to the finish. It's going to be full contact NASCAR. They're going to be all over one another. How do you survive it and put yourself in a position to do just that?
Corey Rupert,
We're going to have inside of 10
Blake
laps
Greenfield,
to go
10.
when we go racing.
Man, this
once
is why I
again.
love
Another
Talladega.
caution, we could get overtime. And there are always opportunities for drama when you come to Talladega. Look at what's happened here the last 6 years.
Is that crazy? Only led the final lap for the win. That makes for fun TV. We talk about dark horses at Talladega.
Dark horses,
We're not going to talk
baby.
about a more dramatic win than one Spencer Boyd got here.
Johnny Sauter was originally flagged as the winner, and they deemed he went down below the double yellow line. And that took the win away from him and gave it to Spencer Boyd.
That's what winning at Talladega feels like.
The worst part about that victory
He's in P1.
is he was running the Xfinity race later that day, so he didn't get to properly celebrate. If you win at this place, it should be a huge party.
He got to spray water. He got to spray water.
He had to
That's
delay
it, right?
his celebration just a bit.
Does such a great job with that little team. Got Tibbetts on the side there. Always have new sponsors bringing not a lot of energy to the sport.
New team for Spencer this year. He was with Tyler Young back there when he won here. Most of his Truck Series
Right now on the cut
was
line,
spent
Taylor
with Tyler
Gray,
Young, and he
Ankrum,
just decided to
Carruth,
branch
and
out of the zone, as you
Sanchez.
mentioned, bring some great partners into the sport.
Majeski's right on
We
the cut
update
line.
the leaderboard as they run with what will be 10 laps to go. Infinger is the leader if he hangs on here, and there's so much to unfold. But if he were to win it, because he's championship eligible, he would automatically qualify for the championship 4. Behind him, though, Eckes came in plus 29. He's now plus 40. Heim, exactly where he was at the beginning of this race, plus 38. After that, it's very, very tight.
Any of these
And all
playoff
those
drivers
numbers
win,
could change dramatically if
that's
Infinger
something.
were to lose the race lead.
And I say those numbers will change dramatically over the next 10 laps. It's just going to be so much action.
They might, Kenneth.
Back to Mamba.
We'll see. They
Just
might
popping
settle.
around the pit
Oh, there
box
might be a
down on
win.
pit
It
road
might be
here
just
with
a
Phil
settle.
Gold of the Kikuchi for the 45 of Caden Honeycutt. You guys find yourself running towards the front. Do you think you have the moves to make to get this thing done?
I don't know if we can lead real well with the nose damage we got, but it seems like if you're running about third coming to the checker, that's a good spot to be in.
Earlier this week, Nice
I think
announced
Mr.
that this
Toothpaste
driver,
is right.
Caden, is coming back. That's got to be exciting. If you
This
guys can
won't
pull
be the
this
last
off,
caution.
that'd be a good way
That's
to
right,
go to the winner.
OJ and Toothpaste.
Yeah, definitely. It would be awesome if we can pull that off. But, if not, we're just learning for Daytona and just getting this drafting down for Caden. And, You just never know how it might turn out.
Never know how it's going to turn out, Adam.
I said
a
5
couple of races
cautions
earlier this year where Caden wasn't driving the 45, but he was right there with the race team, behind the scenes, making all the observations, learning as much as he could. So when he got his opportunity, he knew exactly what to do. 4th last week at Kansas and in the hunt once again today at Talladega. His first start here.
Yeah, guys, there's some people right there. Lawless Allen doing a great job here up in the top 10. We haven't talked a whole lot about Lawless. Has been solid. Right behind him, we've got, we mentioned Caden Honeycutt, but back in the 8th spot, the 04, you see that blue truck on the outside. Corey Roper doing a really nice job here. And Clay Greenfield right now is also up in the top 10, an infrequent competitor. So great to see those guys having a good run here. Corey doing a nice job.
Part-timers that have stepped it up.
Majorly. And they sniff. They can taste a win.
There's Clay right there.
2 wrecks ago was kind of a big hit. Big wreck.
Always a big contributor to the Michael Waltrip and the Walter Brothers Charity Championship in Nashville that we're going to have here in 2-3 weeks.
Coming up October 30th, me and my brother hosting all the NASCAR family and a lot of folks to raise some good money. This is going to be a great race to the finish.
10 to go, y'all.
Come up with here as they get ready to go back.
Here we go.
9 to go in regulation. Front row, in finger, to the inside, outside, Taylor Gray.
Okay.
Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it, Adam? Let's run 9 laps. See who wins this race.
Matt Crafton had some sort of an issue back there. You see him on the outside. That really seized up that outside line behind him.
But I predict it's going to be anything but just 9 laps and a checkered flag. It's a really friendly sight, though, looking in the mirror of your Grant Enfinger now, just trying to manage
single
that
file
lead.
all the way back.
Don't have 2 lanes that you're trying to manage, just that one. Lawless Allen pushing along there behind Christian Eckes in that 33 truck.
Those guys patient enough just to ride there and keep that single file line till we get towards the end.
Certainly is a great scenario right now for the leader and for Eckes right there.
7 playoff drivers inside the top 10. 5 is the most that have ever finished inside the top 10 in a race here at Talladega.
No, they didn't.
Allen needs
Not
to be
one
careful.
bit.
He's kind of sliding up on exit of the corner.
They probably don't even know who he is.
Loose handling truck chasing it up the hill. Could open up
Grant
the door
Enfinger,
for
Eckes
Taylor
is just
Gray.
going to spin you.
If you give one of those drivers about 2/3 of a truck width, they're going to be there.
Somebody's going to have to step out.
Wallace
33 is
Allen
looking
in
like
third.
He's very anxious right now.
88 isn't helping.
5th in line, 91 Orion Reed. 2 career wins in the Xfinity Series. They came in the draft driving for Jack Roush.
8 to go
at Daytona.
How good would this win feel for Christian Eckes? We know what he went through here a year ago. Doesn't even want to talk about it. He's in a position to get it done today.
I tell you, if I'm Christian Eckes, though, we're going to have 7 laps to go. I'm going to stay right on that tailgate of that 9
And then I'm going to spin Enfinger like I did Garcia.
You want to make your move at the right time. Don't want to go too late, because remember, once we take the white flag, next flag ends the race. If you wait to make the move and the caution comes out, you might not get your chance. Something to think about.
Ryan Reed there in the 5th place. He's a super speedway expert, isn't he?
2-time winner in the Xfinity Series at Daytona.
There you go,
And
Bronny.
then Ankrum, we saw him sliding through the grass along with Taylor Gray, who has Reed sandwiched.
They heard you,
right
Bronny.
now. I love what we said before the race started. You know, Grant Enfinger's here to control this race. He's done just that. Just 6 more laps of controlling it, and he's going to go to Phoenix and race for a championship. See Allen kind of wander up there? That's a little dangerous.
He's going to be the first guy to jump out of line, Michael, and try to get that outside line going.
I'm with Adam.
Is it Corey Heim back there maybe running about the 8th spot right now? Is he the guy that's going to be the first one out there to try to get some help to the outside?
I just don't think
who's going to move first? They're all in single file.
No.
I'd stay right there.
Oh.
Here we go. Brett.
There goes
Brett
one.
Holmes is going to follow the outside.
Stephen Parsons
They
is going to come
follow?
along.
No.
Try to go with them. They figure they can't do anything from back there in 14th, 15th spot.
Holmes, an Alabama native, grew up about 15 miles from the racetrack.
71. Let's go, Billy. We got I got a 71 in there, Billy.
It would be nice if they get a couple of trucks to pull outside that outside line with them.
And if I'm back there, I'm doing just that, like Stuart Frieson's doing just there. You saw the blue truck go up top. Here comes Corey Heim. He's going to try it as well. We got to get up there and go. Here comes Raja.
Now we got
Caruth making a run on the outside.
Line. 5 to go. Energy is building.
It is, Jason.
Leads. Eckes is second.
Caruth can get this outside line going.
Playoff driver Tyler Ankrum mentioned Heim.
Here's
Caruth has had
problems.
What is that?
Is that Heim trying to make an outside line?
Majeski, been a quiet day for the 98. Can he make it happen?
Here comes,
here comes Heim,
to the back of Heim.
hooked up with Caruth.
Just outside of the top 5, they're starting to scrape along.
They're gaining on it slowly but surely. Corey Heim pulls up beside
Majeski, I'm surprised Majeski hasn't made the move.
A little bit from the Ankrum truck.
If I'm Ankrum, I get up there with these guys when they get there. They're going to have a run.
You two have both won here. Give me a sense of the
outside line can't get going.
You get inside of 5 laps to go.
Well, if you're the 9 truck, you're just watching the rearview mirror more than you're watching the windshield. You're definitely see somebody back out of the gas there.
Raja got completely sideways.
Caruth and Heim almost lost it.
And if you're back here, you're just hoping everybody keeps them straight.
They all got back in single file. They tried, they got back in single file.
Watch Raja get sideways.
Nothing really, Joseph.
Does too. You see, Raja had to back out of the throttle. Brett Holmes did a great job.
Those guys that tried to start the outside line all got back in. They're like, nope, not right now.
As we hit 3 to go. That
single file, 3 to go.
Down at the bottom of the racetrack is out of bounds. If you go down there, advance your position, you will be penalized.
And if you block someone down there in NASCAR's eyes, you may be penalized as well. This is tight racing.
Lucas is going to spin him to win.
By Eckes. Lawless Allen just pushing right along.
Eckes on in-fingers bumper.
Nose to tail. Coming to 2 to go.
Talk about the role reversal for Christian Eckes. So close to victory here a season ago. Got shuffled out on the final lap. Went from the lead to 19th. And that fall from grace at Talladega cost him an opportunity to run for a championship. Does he have the move to win it today?
2 to go.
Somebody's going to have to move out of line here.
2 laps to go.
Who's going to do it? They're in single file. There's no way unless Eckes spins him. That's the only way he's going to win this.
Would be very content if we got the white flag without going yellow before then.
There's Raja.
What's up, Gonzalo? What's going on?
Getting a couple more to go with him.
Daniel Dye jumped out there with him. They need a couple more, Michael, out there.
Daniel Dye trying to form that outside line.
Stuart Friesen, he looks like he's in a spot where
he's
have
it
up right now.
Friesen, go up. Go up, Friesen.
Not going to do it.
Nope.
Off of turn 4. Down through the trail.
Last lap right here.
Make note of where the start-finish line is. It's all the way down toward turn 1. Grant Enfinger is
the outside
race
cannot
leader.
get going.
1 lap to go. The next
who's gonna go? Who's not?
Race.
Single file into turn 1.
Somebody's got to
single file into turn 2.
Is it going to be Ankrum?
Onto the backstretch.
Yes, it is. And it's
here comes Taylor Gray with the run.
That blue and black 17.
Not enough.
Push from the 18 of Tyler Ankrum. Top 2 starting to get away.
Taylor, here comes the run by Taylor Gray.
Look at that outside lane. Daniel Dye trying to get
Ankrum
engaged
push.
with Ankrum.
Lawless Allen.
Lawless Allen, black 33. Enfinger trying
Enfinger's going to win this, y'all. He better block because the 17's coming. Taylor Gray. Oh, there goes Ankrum. Caution is out.
They're crashing behind Grant Enfinger.
Enfinger wins.
For a second time in his career at Talladega Superspeedway.
Ryan Reed, the 91, significant contact. The fire fortunately extinguished itself.
Grant
if
Enfinger
Ankrum would have stayed behind,
at his
if
home
Ankrum
track,
would have stayed behind 17, they would have won the race.
Championship 4.
Man, that was a great performance. That's how you draw it up when you go to Talladega, just like Grant Enfinger and his team executed.
How about the comebacks for Taylor Gray?
Yeah, you were.
How about Raja Caruth? Daniel Dye finishes third unofficially.
Did you see that truck of Daniel Dye's? I mean, significant damage.
You got it, baby. Somebody get my family to victory lane, please.
Nothing feels better than saying those words. I want to hug my baby.
What a smart race, though. 59 point.
If Ankrum would have stayed behind
doesn't
Taylor,
need to worry about those points anymore.
Taylor was going to win this race.
He's locked into the championship 4.
You did, Jake.
Third
Good
time
job.
he's going to race for a championship. Did it last year as well.
Pete says that was leap.
And think about, for him, a season ago, there was some uncertainty
fourth.
about what was next. Goes to a new race team with plenty of question marks. They said early in the year, it's going to take some time.
And it did. It took time.
And we saw in the summer months, they turned it up. Once the playoffs began, they weren't where they wanted to be. But they were able to survive, advance to the round of 8. The door is open, and he jumps right through, winning at Talladega and going back to Phoenix.
Lap 9.
I know it means so much to Grant to get this essentially a brand new team. CR7, Cody Robaugh said, hey, we're going to give you what you need to compete at this level. We saw Grant jump in this truck a couple years ago when he was running part-time and do a great job. Brought Jeff Stankiewicz on board. Jeff's the former championship crew chief with Sheldon Creed here in the Truck Series. And they're going to Phoenix with a chance to win the championship.
39 years old from Fairhope, Alabama. And he gets to celebrate with a home crowd. Here's Regan.
Grant Enfinger, the first driver this season. So go ahead and cast a check all the way to Phoenix with this win today. Grant, your second win at your home track. Talk me through this last lap. Coming to the start-finish line, you had to fend them off. How did you make that happen?
That's Tim Fedewa right there. We know stuff was going to get dicey. The biggest thing, we didn't make all the perfect decisions today, but we had a champion power equipment Chevy. It was fast enough to get it done today. So even though we chose outside once or twice,
it's a good ending, Brad.
Or whatever. That was Harry coming right there. New Taylor was coming with a run. Tim told me to go up, then he told me to come down, and it just Talladega right there. So hopefully all the fans enjoyed it. It's nothing like winning it at your hometown, home track. Got my family here.
Thank you, Georgia Shy.
First win with my daughter and my son here, so looking forward to that. And just
I've raced with Grant on iRacing. He's the real deal. That's cool, Richard.
The first round did not go well. We snaked through there, and now we won here. So thank you to Jeff Stankiewicz. Thank you to Cody Robaugh, Larry Berg, Granny, everybody that makes this possible. Everybody at Chevrolet. We had a really fast Chevy here. Same truck we had at Daytona. We didn't have anything to run with them at Daytona. Here we had a truck that could win all day.
You mentioned Cody Robaugh, Jeff Stankiewicz. This CR7 team, essentially a brand new race team this season. What's it mean to get this team to victory lane with everything you've worked so hard for this year with these guys?
You know, Cody's been racing for a long time, so it's not a first-year team, but we revamped everything. Came over there. We're fortunate enough to bring Jeff Stankiewicz over there. Michael Sheldon was already there. A lot of really, really good people followed us over here. George Stone, Jim Pierce, a lot of guys at the shop, Doug Howell, Garrett Lambert. There are just so many people that make this team. It's a little bit of the little team that could, but we have great resources with our friends over there at MHR. Obviously, great resources from everybody at Team Chevy. So we've been knocking on the door. I know it's a speedway race, but we've been knocking on the door at all the tracks. So I feel like we stumbled that first round of the playoffs, but it really doesn't matter now. So able to win our way to Phoenix. Now we can just focus on that. So looking forward to having some fun in the next couple races, but a championship's on the line now.
All right, get to victory lane and enjoy your family. Grant Enfinger wins at Talladega.
Fifth caution of the day came out as Grant was crossing the start-finish line. Let's go back and see what happened on that final lap.
Well, we saw the pushing and shoving, and you knew how aggressive it was going to be. And you could see Daniel Dye at the top of the screen there pushing the 18. And right there, the 18 just runs out of places to go into the back of the 17, and Danny pushed him around. But Daniel can't see what's happening ahead of him. That's just Talladega.
Wow, the 91 was on fire.
Yeah, you can't see through that truck that's in front of you. And the 17 of Taylor Gray lost all his momentum.
He finished 7th on fire.
Here,
I did, Ronnie. Yeah.
And
Five's always a good number to go.
18 of Tyler Ankrum. Took a lot of good trucks with it, though. You hate to see that happen.
I think the most...
Yeah. The 91, Ryan Reed finished 7th and on fire.
I mean, Ryan Reed trying to get him going.
His push gone bad, right, Bill?
Sure was.
Some of these finishes going to be unofficial because of the way this race ended.
Welcome back, Butterfly.
But right now, Daniel Dye being scored in the 3rd position. Wow. And Lawless Allen 5th. It would be his first career top 5. Again, those results unofficial.
Thank you, Richard. There you go, Vegas. What's up, dude? See you tomorrow, Kyle.
See Daniel hands off the wheel, making sure he doesn't injure his wrists.
There's Ryan Reed. You saw the hard, significant contact and the fire. Has his helmet hose still hooked up. It's been a while since Ryan's been in a race vehicle. I know Ryan, he's in good shape, but that was a hard hit there, just trying to collect his thoughts there. You can see him still taking his helmet off.
Anytime there's flames involved, the fumes
Welcome,
and
Matthew.
such
Thank you
is
so much.
really challenging to fight through, and that's what Ryan was doing.
You and I
Welcome,
talked
Pete.
off the top of the show,
Tomorrow.
the margins at Talladega. It's so close. You saw it right there. Final lap through the tri-oval. The carnage behind Grant Enfinger, who's won for an 11th time.
Yeah, I don't know if the ones that you were watching the race, Taylor Gray was making a run on the outside, and he brought Ankrum with him, but through the tri-oval, Ankrum could not stay behind him. And that's when Ankrum got loose and then wrecked. But Taylor Gray would have won this race if Ankrum would have stayed behind him. But congratulations, Grant Enfinger. You moved to the round of 4 to Phoenix. So they got 2 more races after this one. So they're off for the next 3 weeks. And they got, I'm not sure the next race is. Is it Miami and then Phoenix, I think? But hope everybody's doing well. Appreciate it. Thanks for getting us to over 200 likes today. We're about 7 subscribers short of our 100 mark. It's only 106 today, and management's so close to pull 9-1, so it's been over 90 every single day. Oh, man. But thanks for the likes. Let's go through the field really quick. Grant Enfinger wins. Taylor Gray 2nd. Daniel Dye 3rd. Raj Caruth, good run for him, 4th. Lawless Allen 5th. Christian Eckes 6th. He wrecked. Him and Ryan Reed both wrecked at the end there. Stephon Parsons 8th, 9th, Brent Holmes, Spencer Boyd 10th, Corey Heim 11th, Ty Majeski 12th, Stuart Friesen 13th, Tyler Ankrum 14th. He wrecked as well. All those guys wrecked. Clay Greenfield 15th, Corey Roper 16th, Danny Bone 17th, Mason Maggio 18th, Caden Honeycutt 19th, 20th, Jason White 21st, Norm Benning, Nick Sanchez. He had the car, but 9 lives today, kept on wrecking. Matt Crafton finishes last on the lead lap. Then there's your cars that are a lap down. Lane Riggs, man, my pick, got in that wreck. But there's your cars. And then Bailey Curley, the first car out. So there's your lineup there. Hope you guys enjoyed the race. Tomorrow we'll have NASCAR Cup qualifying on the channel tomorrow. Those streams will be all up tonight. Look for all the links to be up and all that good stuff. And then the Xfinity race tomorrow afternoon. Total caution was 5. Let's do that right here. Let's look at that. Leaders, 34 laps led for Enfinger, and he wins the race. Nick Sanchez had 10. The 42 Matt Mills had 14 laps led. And then 5 cautions. I picked 5 cautions at the beginning of the race. So, hey, there you go.
Career wins, but this is the first time he's doubled down, winning a second
Caruth,
race here. First time
Taylor
he's had
Gray,
a
Nick Sanchez, and Tyler
at a
Ankrum.
track coming into today. 10 wins at 10 different venues. Updated leaderboard. Infinger going to Phoenix, plus 30 for Eckenheim.
Yeah, really comfortable. Though remember, 2 big races left at Homestead and Martinsville. Some of the guys say Martinsville just as much of a wild card as Talladega. You see Raja just 5 points below.
What about Taylor Gray? He went through a lot today, Mamba, but look at that finish. Great job by Taylor.
Yeah, I'm down here with Taylor Gray. Taylor, second place, but before the race, you told me the mission was to survive. You slid through the grass, still made it back up. Would you say the mission was accomplished?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, right, I can't be too upset. You're pretty lucky if you can finish second at one of these things. So can't thank all my Tricon guys enough for sticking with me and sticking with it and staying in it all day. Just honestly, just didn't get the stage points we really needed.
I think Danny Dye actually wrecked Ankrum.
I don't know. I got to figure out where I'm living life wrong. I come so close to winning some of these things and just can't do it.
Regan?
Oh, Raja Caruth, we're standing here watching that replay of you at the end of the race. First off, during the day today, so many ups and downs. You overcome the speeding penalty, overcome the left front slide and getting onto pit road. But then at the end, you make it through to finish 4th. Not a bad day all in all.
Yeah, just...
that maybe he did.
Pretty mad at myself for taking us out of the game there with pitting. And we got lucky with catching that yellow. But I'm just super proud of everybody on this 100cars.com Silverado group. I got to thank Mr. H and Miss Linda and everybody at Ally for supporting me and letting me run this thing full time. So I'm pretty frustrated that I took us out of it there because we were right there with the 9 and the 19 there before the pit cycle started, and we're right in the mix. So wish I could have executed better, but to leave Talladega a little bit better than we came in is good. So props to Grant. He did a great job today.
Matthew.
He's one of the best plate racers, so no surprise that he was the class of the field today.
All right, can't complain. Gained a couple points today. A nice fourth place finish for Raja Caruth. Mama?
Stage points in both stages, a top 5. Not a bad day at the office here at Talladega, Wallace.
No, definitely not a bad day. Super proud of everybody at Brown Brothers Racing, Auto Docket, Auto Park It, Auto Charge It. The work all year is kind of showing, but I can't help but feel like it's a missed opportunity. I think if I caught the block on the 17 right, he would have had no choice to push me, and I think I could have won the race. So, I mean, 5th feels good, but after how close it feels, I just knew I couldn't ride in 3rd. I had to try something, and it just missed the block, unfortunately.
Happy about it, but wanted a little bit more. Regan?
Well, Tyler Ankrum comes home in 14th today. Tyler, you had a lot of ups, a lot of downs. It looked like you were going to recover from an early race incident there, and as you start coming to the start-finish line, unfortunately, it didn't work out. How frustrating is it to leave here and know you got to make up some more points?
It's incredibly frustrating to know you're in position like that. It's at the tri-oval and you spin out, so it sucks. But our line of Chevrolet was pretty damn good all day, pretty quick, so it was just really hard just get anything going in both either lane. Yeah, right there, just gave me a good push to 17 and just kind of looks like 43 trying to push me square and just went to the right a little bit and spun me out. Misjudged it, but that's part of speedway racing. I mean, you can't ask for much of a better push than that. So it sucks, but we're gonna go to Homestead and try to win now.
All right, 2 more chances to punch your ticket onto Phoenix for the championship. Thanks, Tyler. Mamba?
Standing by with Nick Sanchez. Nick, you just looked at the leaderboard and you said, I'm only 20 out. Well, that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, it could have. Going into race 2 last year, I believe I was 20 out, so what's to do it again? Yeah, definitely a frustrating day, right? We took the lead twice, wrecked from the lead twice, and the truck's still rolling, and probably could have won given the opportunity again. So, yeah, pretty frustrated. Kind of got screwed there, having whatever NASCAR officials had going on. Had to come down pit road again after they took the green flag, just for them to okay my spoiler and send me on my way. So that definitely took me out of contention at the end of the race. And, wherever I ended up on track is where I finished. And sadly, that's what happened. So, yeah, really not happy with the way it ended.
Nick Sanchez, not happy, but looking forward to getting in the playoffs. With the
I didn't hear about that.
Thank you, Mamba. Your final thoughts, fellas, on Talladega.
Well, we talked about.
All right, so that is it. 3 races will go. We got 3 weeks off for the trucks, and they'll be back in Miami, I believe. But thanks, guys, so much for hanging out tonight for the race. We appreciate you. Lots of fun tonight. Tomorrow, Cup race, Cup qualifying, and then also we have Xfinity race tomorrow. So I hope you guys tune in for that tomorrow. Make sure all the streams will be up tomorrow. Want to thank my lovely wife, Spain, for everything that she does while I sit here with you guys. We appreciate you. I want to thank my mods for moderating, my members for giving their hard-earned money back to the channel, and you for watching the race. So we appreciate all the love. We'll see you tomorrow for a fun day. And thank you guys for all the new subscribers and the likes and the comments and all that good stuff today. We appreciate you. Have a great TGIF, y'all. Be safe if you decide to go out. Have some fun. And we'll see you back here tomorrow afternoon for some NASCAR racing. And also make sure you check out the vlogs that we have on the channel. We have a cruise vlog for you to watch. We have a NASCAR paint scheme and race preview vlog for you to watch. Make sure you go check those out before you turn off YouTube tonight. Make sure you give them both a comment and a like. That helps the channel and the algorithm completely. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you sometime tomorrow afternoon. Streams will be up later on. Make sure you look for those. Go ahead and like those ahead of time. Good night, guys, from Tennessee. Congratulations, Grant Enfinger, for racing your way into the Final Four for a championship in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Peace out.